Hit that like button as you come in, guys. Let's get those likes up. Turtles! What's good, people? Thumb this video up if you're just tuning in. What's up, Sean, Zircon, Pug Lady? Much love to all you guys, too. I'm glad to be back too, Sarah. Make sure y'all thumb it up. Thumb it up. Look at that name. He's in the chat room. You will never find me. The trolls are on fire tonight. Cool, MC. All that I need is a drop of water. Okay, YouTube, what is good with my beautiful people? It is good to see everyone tonight. Okay, as you can see, I am no longer in Pennsylvania, okay? So, anyway, you know, I got there, got to meet everybody last night, see what was going on, see that perimeter that they had set up that didn't exist, okay? The perimeter didn't exist. I told y'all that shit. I said, look, I rode out there. It's scary as hell. There ain't police anywhere. You know, you get on that little road that we was on, the, what was it? It's off a Schoolhouse Road. What's the name of that place? Long Garden, some shit. Anyway, we get out there. There's a big police presence. Well, I get out there in the middle of the damn night, and there's a pretty big police presence out there, okay? So I'm out there. I'm looking around. I'm thinking, there's no way this guy is in these woods. They're out there flying drones. For everybody that tuned in last night was watching me out there with who was it? Damn, Johnny Tomahawk. No, Johnny Blackhawk. Okay, because I remember it was like Black Hawk Down. Okay, they were flying drones out there. I was like, look, I mean, you could go this way and get away. You could go that. There's a million ways to get away. It wasn't completely surrounded. The place was not completely surrounded. So time I get back to the hotel room last night, it is 2:30-ish in the morning. Already my phone is blowing up that they're going to this house that he's been seen at on a Ring doorbell camera, right? Everybody's seen that Ring doorbell camera photos. If you didn't, you know, you live in a cave or you ain't following this case, this is the Ring doorbell photos that were taken. He also stole the van. They put the license plates out for the van. They recovered the van today. All right. So he dumped the van. There was rumors that people seen people run into the woods. JLR has been on top of this shit. I don't know how he does it, but that dude is quick. He's in the car moving. But I was out kind of late, you know. I think he had packed up before me and left, but I had stuck around a little while, and then I was getting all the info to go to the church, right? Because you know, y'all seen them swarm the church last night. But here's what people don't understand is I wasn't staying in PA. I was staying in Delaware, okay? Because the laws are a little more friendly in Delaware. And Delaware, from where I was at, was about 45 minutes to where the first scene was, okay? So when he started moving farther and farther into PA, I was like, damn, this sucks, right? Because if you add 45 minutes from the last location, now you just added this place is an hour and a half from my location. Okay? So then I started to say, okay, well, a lot of this is like a wild ass goose chase, right? The dude is never there. They're like 15 steps behind him. I know this. If this dude ain't caught in just a few days, that police chief, he's probably going to be looking for a new job soon, okay? Because this dude is kind of making the police look really stupid. They had that whole little area boxed in, confident, and we know now he wasn't there for days, okay? He's been riding around living his best life, done shaved, smiling, drinking beer, okay? So the van he dumped, he must not have no money, because he dumped the van because the van was out of gas or low on fuel, okay? And I don't think he would have done that without a plan to go somewhere. Now, I don't believe, they keep saying that this dude is going to stay in that general area. But how stupid do they think this dude really is? If he's been one step ahead of the Border Patrol, FBI, the police, YouTubers, he's been a step ahead of all us YouTubers, right? That it's going to be that easy. This dude escaped from Brazil, okay? He can survive in the damn rainforest. And if they did see him really run into the woods, that is crazy. But I got everybody pulled up. I know JR was live a little bit earlier. His stream ended. But I believe Nick is still live. Let me jump over and see if Nick is still live. Yeah, Nick is still live. He's driving somewhere. Let's see where he's going. Let me turn him up. He ain't saying that, but he's driving somewhere. So let's jump over here with Nick real quick and see where he's going, okay? Because he was quick to get to the church last night. Because
I'm hearing that there's a lot of it. There's something going on in the park. I'm trying to find out what.
And Nick, don't strike me.
Large park.
I don't know you, so please don't strike me. So he was like the first one to the church. He was on top of things because what they're doing is they're playing the scanner game where they got the scanners going. And as soon as one of them scanners pop off, they gone. Okay. It's Nick the Hat, I believe, something like that. And that's what I'm saying. Them roads are dark, and it was storming so bad today. So when I was coming back, it was like torrential downpours. And, you know, I got to go across that scary-ass bridge. Oh, but what I was saying is I really wasn't that far. I was like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour from the location of where they had the perimeter. So I was only about 4 hours. My hotel, about 4 hours and 30 minutes, 4 hours, something like that, to get back. So it wasn't that bad. I got back pretty quick today. There wasn't much traffic. The only thing that was bad was that rain. And it was coming down so hard. And I couldn't see shit. But I drove slow. And I made it back alive. They were saying 100, without a doubt, he was in that garden area. He definitely wasn't in that garden. Who did they see? My thing is this. Who was running around them woods that kept getting spotted? Okay? If it wasn't him, who was it? She's been helping the dude. I believe the sister has. I heard rumors that the sister was calling in false sightings so she could get the police away from certain areas so he could move freely. Okay? Anyone on the run will dodge any lights.
We're going closer to a road.
Yeah, you would have to sit somewhere in the dark and just wait and hope he passes you or something. Yeah. They act like he's not a threat to the community.
We're about 5 minutes out. That's how big this park is. Wow.
But here's the thing.
So we're heading to something.
He already killed 2 people. Okay? He's already killed 2 people.
Possibly.
He's killed his old lady. Okay? His girl.
We'll find out if there is activity. I don't want to say anything unless there is.
And possibly he killed somebody in Brazil.
I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe it isn't. We're going to find out. If it is, cool.
Dolly, he was with another guy last night. I think that guy is being a decoy for him. That's what I'm saying. Look, a lot of these people are in this country illegally, and they're already breaking the law. So they don't mind helping somebody escape if they're breaking the law anyway.
For that. And I don't know if that's legit because there's...
Jimmy, he got nothing to lose. I agree.
And the mods will send that.
That's what makes him dangerous.
I think it's unrelated.
So, yeah, between JLR and Nick, they had this shit on lock, boy. They got it covered. I got to give them that. But then again, I had a long drive getting out there, too. So I was a little tired when I was out there today and last night.
Here, we're going to pull up for a second and turn around.
They were both seen in that van at the Wawa store. That's definitely not him. You never know, though. There is some rumors that he does have a cell phone.
I'm going to mute it for a second.
I'm going to open the phone lines in just a few minutes. I just wanted to see if Nick was hitting on anything because I know JLR ain't live right now. And the only people that were out there was me, Nick, and JLR. So, and if JLR, I think, goes to bed like a normal person, and I think Nick is more the late night. Because when I went to bed last night, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. Nick was at a church, okay, with the police around in the church. And I was thinking, should I ride to this church? And then I was thinking, nah, because most likely this dude's been a step ahead of everybody the whole time. He ain't going to be there. And, of course, I was right. And then
So we're 7 minutes from that spot in the same park. So we're heading there right now.
Place your DNA on that like button. Definitely.
So it's easier.
Yes, Dumpling. I made it home safe. Nick has insomnia. He never sleeps. Oh, JR said he will be back tonight. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, the weather just started getting too bad. And I didn't want to drive all over Pennsylvania, like jumping back and forth. I just didn't have it in me. You know, I'm more of a searcher, not this is kind of a game of cat and mouse, right? You got to be ready, like, at all times. And I'm not a ready at all times kind of person. I'm more of a let me chill and smoke this. You know what I'm saying? But they were on it. But I was sitting at the hotel watching what was going on. Just in case anything really big broke, like if they found them or something like that, I was going to shoot out there. But I didn't want to spend my night chasing the police around. One, I'm usually running from the police, okay? Not chasing the police. So, most of the time, I try to be as far as away from the police as I can humanly get, okay? Not right up on them.
41, copy your route, Harmonyville Road and Laurelwood Road.
And
Harmonyville Road and Laurelwood Road for a suspicious condition for possible sighting from PSP Emerville. Male, no shirt, dark pants, black backpack.
Black backpack. Here we go.
What's that address?
Level 41, copy your route.
Ah, it's heating up.
Harmonyville Road and Laurelwood Road for a suspicious condition for possible sighting from PSP Emeryville. Panic male, no shirt, dark pants, black backpack.
Oh, Lord. See, here's my thing. I need to get me a driver, right? That way I can be doing stuff. Why? It's hard to keep up with everything. Directions, driving them dark-ass roads.
4387, affirmative.
And I believe Nick is from this area.
Can you guys send me over that address or give it to the mods?
17 David 36.
We'll head there too.
You know 17 David 36.
This man, Nick, need a badge. He quicker than the police. They need to go ahead and make him a sheriff of the town.
To our left, there was a Homeland truck. Like I said, we're going to see some activity. Let's see if he comes up behind.
They need to go ahead and make him a state trooper. You know what I'm saying? Here's your big fucking hat, dude. You own it. I ain't lying. He be beating the police there and shit. I'm like,
We're heading to Harmony and Laurelwood. Is that what it is?
this dude is long gone, said Butterfly Kiss. I would be gone. You know, that's what I said when I was out there. I was like, he ain't in these damn woods. There's no way in hell. And then, you know, what time I get back to the hotel room, he's not in the woods no more. He's, you know, they seen him. There's pictures of him. And I was, you know, they dropped a ball. They were like he might have escaped through a tunnel or some shit. No, he didn't. He drove right past the police. That dude ain't.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna.
He was smiling in the Ring doorbell. I couldn't believe it.
And then we're hitting up
Oh, Nick had a local drive him last night. See, that's what I should have did, is got up with a local and had them drive me. That way I could have been doing everything, you know what I'm saying, and be there. But I had to do it, and it was dark, raining. I'm riding my shitty car. I couldn't get a rental. So I was just like, time it started pouring down, raining, I was over that shit. I was like, okay, he's out the box. He could be anywhere. I ain't bouncing around Pennsylvania all day today. And then I said, okay, it's time to do it. Let's hit back to Virginia and figure out what's going on. I'm not that far from the place. If some shit breaks off that they got him trapped down, I'll jump in the car. We'll ride back. You know? So it's only, 4 hours, 5 hours. It depended on where he's at in PA, though. It seems like he's getting farther and farther into PA. I thought he would end up going south, but it seems like he's been going north. The bandit smiling at the camera. Yeah, he knew he was on camera too. You know, and he has a phone by now. Maybe. And he could be watching Dolly, right? He could be watching Nick or JLR and seeing what's going on. Because look, if we can listen to the scanner, he can listen to the scanner. And I don't know how many of y'all heard the chief today being mad at YouTubers in the way. Well, Dolly was never in the way. I was only there for a short time. And but I think that was directly at, JLR being out there. But I do believe this. JLR is bringing a lot of awareness to it. And the more people that see it, the more people that see his face, that's the more people that were calling 911 and report it. So, and JLR got all the locals interested in it. So they got their eyes open, they're searching, they're taking part in it. I think that's a good thing as a community when you got your community alert. And JLR is doing a good job of alerting everybody because all the locals there are watching them. Okay? And when they do that, you get a lot of information. That's how I got all the information in Georgia. And the locals are out there just feeding JLR that information. Even when I was out there, the dude told me that he was spotted 1.5 miles outside the perimeter, and the FBI, the neighbors had seen him, and the FBI went there and searched the cornfields, and they had the pictures of it, right? The neighbors of the FBI searched the cornfields. So why would the neighbors just lie that the dude was in the cornfields? And that was 1.5 miles outside the perimeter. I don't know if y'all knew that. When I stepped away from the camera, that's what one of the local people told me. He was like, look, there's pictures of the FBI searching the cornfields 1.5 miles outside the perimeter. They know he's outside of it. And that's before that ring camera even came out.
Road and Laurelwood Road, Harmonyville and Laurelwood. Reportedly Hispanic male.
There was a cop earlier gave JLR an umbrella.
Has been dispatched. Troopers are going for the area.
Yeah. Now, Now, he said he asked YouTubers to not be involved. I don't know if he spoke with JLR. I think that's something we would have to ask JLR. That, hey, did Chief speak with you and say don't be out there? Because everybody, look, when I was out there last night, the police were really friendly to me. The state troopers, they looked like they were really friendly to everybody else. There was people out there sleeping. There was, staying there. They did not care as long as you didn't go inside the perimeter and you stayed out their way. They didn't mind at all you being out there recording, filming, broadcasting, nothing. I mean, the news do it all the time. It's just a little weirder when you see YouTubers, but it's usually people with lights standing in front of a camera at a damn crime scene. It's not too much different, But one's a professional news reporter and one's an idiot like me. Okay, that's the only difference. I think Rhonda says I think YouTubers bring awareness. To be honest, I do too. Like, I don't think JLR is out there to do anything bad. I don't think Nick's out there to do anything bad. I don't think I was out there to do anything bad. We're all interested in true crime. We want this dude caught. I'm sure Nick wants him caught. I'm sure JLR wants him caught. Every last one of us. We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Okay? And in this world we live in, we can broadcast these things these days. We can bring you. You get to see this stuff firsthand. Like right now, you're watching this dude chase a murderer. Okay? Or try to find where this murderer is at. And I think that's a cool time in the world to live in, And that people actually look, it's dangerous. What if Nick gets there, or like me, stopping in the middle of nowhere, this dude runs up and stabs you.
If you don't see anything?
To bring people this type of entertainment,
We're not too far.
And let me tell you, I usually, most times, you see how dark these places are? I'm usually by myself, okay? And usually it's in the mountains, and the hills have eyes, and the backwoods, and the cornfields where Malachi and the children of corn live. I be in some scary damn places, right? So, it's pretty exciting, The fear. I need your thoughts on Strickland beating Izzy. I still haven't seen the fight. I've seen the highlights. Sorry, guys, that this is off topic, but yes, I missed the fights last night because I was out there. And Izzy got his ass whipped, man. Shout out to Sean Strickland. I didn't see that coming, okay? But I'm glad he won. Cindy Lou said, Dolly, been a minute since I tuned into your channel. How's lovely Lolo? Lolo is right here by my side. Say hey, Lolo. Say hey to everybody. The crime fighting little chihuahua. All right, tell them to hit the like button. And if they don't, you don't get to eat tonight, okay? Lolo's always by my side. She's like, you woke me up for that? You better have a bone. You better have a bone.
Man post tonight, 3 units. This is a heads up. We got a report of a possible sighting in
How about them boys?
Harmonyville Road, Harmonyville Road, and Laurelwood Road. Harmonyville and Laurelwood. Reportedly Hispanic male, no shirt, dark pants, black backpack. 7 has been dispatched. Troopers are going to the area.
Thank you, Lisa. She's a little brat.
17 Dave 36 hung out in the area.
9-3-5 copy. 17 David 36, okay.
9-3 18 copies.
Yeah, there was people out there giving out food, snacks. The community people coming out. I mean, the cops are cool. They know people want this dude caught, and they're used to it now. People have been following the cops around all for like the last 3 days.
David 36 copy, nothing showing. That's the Cherry Hill Lane of Harmonyville. Command post, units on CPG, 17 outlet, nothing so far on Harmonyville Road.
I mean, okay, there's a sighting of a dude, Hispanic male, dark pants. Well, we know he got a shirt on. Why would he walk around with no shirt on?
1091.
But then again, it is kind of muggy there with the weather, rain, and it's kind of hot and raining.
141 up and seen on Laurelwood. You know, took off for doing copy, nothing seen on Laurelwood.
They still ain't caught him. Nah. It's
3,
been a minute. Been a minute they caught him.
2931.
170 is per the command post, since this isn't in the incident, but
Yeah, Johnny
the
Blackhawk was
trooper
cool.
is out with the caller. They just want you to search the area and clear when you're finished. Yeah, 52 call 67.
52 call 67.
Yeah, 52 call 67. McDonald's, 927 South High Street. In the drive-thru for a traffic complaint.
Now, if I took my shirt off, you would see me in the pitch black. I'm so white.
In a silver Ford Fusion.
Call 57, copy.
Dolly, did you see those towers on the back of the truck?
65 is copy the traffic. You send them in. 165, okay.
Thank you, Will.
It's nice to see you on location. You had a lot of people watching you. Too bad you left. Well, you know, look, I can't bounce around Pennsylvania like that. When it was one location, when it became 1,000 different locations, that ain't a Dolly thing. Plus, I don't chase killers, you know? So, it was about time for me to bow out. And the weather was sucking, and, you know, I'm not from there. So it's like, well, how do I bounce around? Where do I get a hotel at? You know what I'm saying? Because, see, I was staying in Delaware. I wasn't even staying in Pennsylvania when I was there. I was on the other side of the border. So when something popped off, I have to jump in the car and drive to Pennsylvania from Delaware, which is only 45 minutes. But it's still a 45-minute ride. So, and with it jumping around like that, I was like, nah. And the weather, storms coming, I was like, I'm going my ass home. I can watch this, the same thing, from the comfort of this chair. You know, so that's what I'm going to do. And I think that was the best decision anyway, because this guy could be anywhere. And like I said, if I had the time to jump around all around Pennsylvania like that, yeah. And I don't know the area. It's dark, storming. If I would have had a driver, I probably would have stayed and jumped around a little bit. But with just me driving and trying to do everything, I couldn't do it. He's making a fool of these cops. We're riding on the hood of a car like the old Dolly Bomb days. Yeah, remember that? Doug. That was Doug days. What is it, Doug from Northport? Man, he's a long ways away from where they seem to do with no shirt, ain't he? Or am I just impatient? That's what I mean. Everything ain't just like right there either. It's like one thing here, then it's 60 miles this way, you know, so I'm like, the hell with this. Now, if he'd have been pinned down, I'd have done it. I'd have went over there. But he was never pinned down. I was like, this dude is 2 steps ahead of the police. You do need a sidekick to help with driving and being a cameraman. Well, you know, I got PJ sometimes, but PJ can't always go to everything. Because sometimes we don't know when I'm going to be there, when I'm going to be back, right? So, and, you know, PJ also has a young kid. My kid is grown, so I got a little more freedom. So, but that puts me on the road a lot of times with just me. So I do need to find me a driver so I can be taking calls and like locations and things like that so I can jump around. But my thing is more searching anyway. So, does, you know, the whole police thing ain't really what I do. Justice Jane said, PJ works for a living. That is right.
confirmed a copy can be faxed to us. The State Police Philadelphia is requesting you take on to the Philadelphia Detention Unit. Contact information.
If you're here watching, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, guys. And of course, if you're cool, share it. Share it out.
Okay. You know, 15711.
I can't believe he stuck around so long. If I was that dude, I'd have been so far away from that prison that they would have caught me in Cuba. Okay? I don't know why he's circling around that prison like he's just ready to go back.
One male in custody back to our station.
Copy.
Yeah, I definitely work for a living. Yeah, I mean, you guys, you got to remember all the stuff, the soap and all them things. I make all that, so I work. It's just a different type of work. I'm more self-employed than actually employed. You know.
Okay. Now I'm checking Laurelwood again.
It sounds like PSP's spreading out 3 mile directions either way.
If you hit the like button, please put a 1 in the chat. Someone
Copy.
said that's a good thing. Yeah, you guys, make sure y'all hit that like button as you come in. And when JLR goes live, let me know, okay? Because that dude, he be having some tips. Thank you guys for everybody that liked the video. Oh, there's a ton of you. Like it up, people. The more the merrier, okay? And if you're brand new here, welcome. I'm Dolly. Hey, Abby's mom, Jennifer B, Angie, Tashi, Rocky, Gray, Hush Puppy, Lisa, Laylee. Is that what that says? Big G. Okay. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So, if you're just tuning in, we're watching Nick the Hat. I think that's his name. Nick, if I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. But this is Nick from Pennsylvania. He's been up there covering this case, along with JLR, and I don't know if there's any other YouTubers up there. I know these two were there. And he's going to the scene right now of where they seen a Hispanic male, dark pants, no shirt, with a backpack, okay? And I think he said he was like 7 miles away or something like that. Now that's 7 miles on these dark ass back road country roads.
So there's some police right here, guys. You can see to our left.
Okay, so we're gonna see.
2 troopers.
All right, we got some troopers. We got some action.
1736.
Okay, they're just sitting on the side of the road.
36.
So we're looking around for a perimeter.
Nick is following all scanner calls just in case at Dolly Vision.
So we'll see.
Yeah, that's how I watched a raid on the church last night. Somebody sent me Nick's link, and I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, it's just like being there. I could save myself the ride. But I knew when he was filming it, I was like, he's not in there. And Dolly Vision, you've been covering this. These armchair critics are a joke.
So there's more police.
Well, I think everybody wants the same thing. They just want to do caught, you know. But at least we get to see a lot of it live because, you know, believe it or not, the police don't show you this type of shit. I mean, unless you watch Cops, then you can kind of watch stuff like this. But Cops ain't covering this live, you know. It ain't like we could turn on
Wow. Okay, guys. There's at least
the PD and
1,
watch
2,
them do it
3,
live.
4, 5, 6. Oh, tactical teams are here.
Oh shit!
TAC teams are here, guys. You saw that? Let's go.
They're gonna be anywhere there's a sighting
To become a perimeter.
like that. I think.
So, there's tactical teams that are on location right there behind us that we just saw, gearing up, getting ready. There's officers right here looking through the. Wow, so that guy has a
Oh, they
SWAT,
looking.
like a vest on. It says SWAT on the back.
Oh, so they taking every call
Look how many
serious.
The police are coming in.
The only
Alright, don't
thing
wanna
is
drive
dark.
around a little bit,
And when,
let me
once he
back up
sees
this
those
way.
lights,
Stay around here.
he's going to run. You know, he's going to run every time he sees some headlights. He's going to hide. So they really need to be going in there like a ghost with no headlights on. They need to get some of the police some night vision and let them drive around without no headlights. But I guess that would be danger to the community, right? But you ain't going to sneak up on somebody with bright ass headlights.
We're going 19.
They need some night vision going on.
You know, 17 David 36.
Fairview Road, right back to the beginning.
I'll still be on location here at Laurelwood and Harmonyville. Out with the other assets. Monitoring CPC.
Yeah, JLR is not live yet.
17 David 36, okay.
JLR have been having like crazy amount of people watch him. It's been like 20, 30,000 people watching JLR. He's been crushing it. But he got there. He's been doing a good job covering it. He's been letting people know what's going on before anybody else.
It's a 911 caller. So it's not the police that are saying it. It's just a 911 call. We're not looking for the suspect. Yeah, I know. It's fine. I think it's the second time, but again,
1233 on the
that's why we stream it live, because they can see that there's no speeding. It's just ridiculous. It's probably one of the trolls, so I can care less.
33.
The trolls be out. When somebody must have told him don't be speeding.
We're coming like 20 miles an hour. You can see it.
Copy, Rob.
I think JR wanted to go home. He was missing his cat. You know what? I never even met JR when I was out there. While I was streaming, I guess he ended and left, and then I left, so I never got to meet JLR.
And we're not streamers. We have like the whole van is full with camera gear. It's not like it's a streamer. I don't stream, guys. Let me remind you, this is my first time streaming. I've never streamed, so like I have media credentials. I'm not too concerned. We're not like there's at least 10 tripods in the back, lighting gear, large cameras, camera gear, bags of camera gear. So we have the same gear as some of these like NBC crews. We're just not utilizing that because we can't live stream with the camera, so I really don't care.
Copy.
So like if they were to pull us over and they see the trunk, they're gonna say these guys aren't streamers. So
Yeah, that's like my car's loaded down with tripods, battery packs, gimbals, cameras, machetes, all kinds of stuff. Like they look through my car, they be like, dude, what you plan on? You shoot porn or what? You know what I'm saying? I got all kinds of stuff in my car. I still got to get all my stuff out too.
yeah, it's the same. We're gonna go back. People are, but yeah, we're gonna go back to the end.
What time was it left? I'm not for sure because my clock is an hour off in my car, so I never know what time it is. I can't remember if it's an hour forward or an hour back, but I know it's an hour and 5 minutes off, something like that. So I don't know. I'll be riding around not never knowing what time it is. I think it was afternoon time sometime. So it took me about 4 hours to get back. So hey Dolly, I'm new here. Your channel is funny. Good job. No, best wishes. Thank you, and welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're big true crime heads over here, you know. Anything crazy like this is pretty damn crazy.
Subject shop, Hispanic male, jeans, gray shirt, crossover boulevard.
And I got some other big plans coming up. So for you guys out there in the YouTube land, you never know where Dolly will be at. You know, just last night I was up there.
We're clear. Thank you.
Copy.
I honestly thought it was going to be far away, you know, and it really won't. It was no farther than like when I went to Lynchburg to look for that girl that was missing. It took me longer to get to Lynchburg, but one thing about Lynchburg, I got lost, so
Hey, Greg, I'm pulling at me.
I drove around an hour lost. So You got to count that time though. So I actually got there quicker than I did to Lynchburg, Virginia, to Delaware,
Crossover Boulevard.
to PA. I mean,
724 Crossover Boulevard. ESP's out of me.
30 Fairview.
can't they use the K9s? Okay, we're going to give this a minute, and then I'm going to open up the phone lines because I want to hear from some of you beautiful people tonight what y'all think about this escaped convict and the job that the police enforcement have been doing, okay?
You guys want us to go to Phoenixville? That's a hike.
Hush Puppy says JLR isn't sleeping. I think they're taking shifts. It's like JLR got the early morning and Nick got late at night, okay? Because I got there, it was JLR was still going, he was still live. And then he left, and then Nick was live. I don't know if Nick was live the whole time because I didn't know who Nick was before I got there. And then somebody sent me his link and was like, yo, Nick is at the, I didn't know who Nick was though. Now I watched some of Nick and, you know, watched him at the church and stuff like that. So I know who he is now. I mean, I don't personally know the guy, so don't strike me, Nick. Okay. But yeah, he's on top of it. JRR has court with another YouTuber this week. Oh, I know who that YouTuber is. Okay. I don't know that all that court stuff with YouTubers, it's just a waste of money. Just a big waste of money.
We're going to Crossover Boulevard.
Bernie says
potential.
JR has been out late night and back early morning. Yeah. They got a little more energy than me. Dolly lazy. I didn't want to get up this morning. Housekeeper actually walked in the room while I was asleep. I was like, if you don't get out, I was like, I'll pay the extra stay. And they didn't speak no English, okay? I don't even know what the hell they said, but they got out, okay? And I was tired. 6 to 20 years for murder in Brazil. JLR is like an Energizer bunny. It's maybe them damn the workout gear he wears. I don't know. Like he's playing track and field. I don't know. Like he's ready. He's going. Are you crime fighting? Or are you going to a race?
FPDI pending at your station. An unknown male caller is reporting that a live streamer is looking for the convict.
That's the same call from earlier. Sorry. I was looking for something else.
Oh wait, they said a live streamer was looking for.
I was stopped by some kid. Subject shop, Hispanic male, jeans, gray shirt, Crossover Boulevard, 724 Crossover.
Are the police talking about live streamers? It's 2023. You got to get used to this weird stuff or create laws to stop it. Okay? Now, I don't want that to happen, but I don't chase the police usually. Okay? I run from the police. I'm more of a runner from the police. Okay? I ain't never remember a time I've actually wanted to chase the police around. It seems weird to me. Counterproductive. I'm more like the escapee that's running from the police. That's kind of the life I live, but not quite as bad. I never killed nobody. But I ain't gonna say I ain't never been in a foot chase and had to outrun the police. Okay? I ain't gonna say that. Okay? And let me tell you, in my younger days, I was a little bit quicker. Okay? I was a little bit quicker. These days, not so fast. Not so fast.
But we're going to a potential sighting. But I think actually this area is a little bit better because
I think the police are getting a little mad though and irritated with the internet. And it was the same thing in Georgia. Okay, you don't remember the police driving by flicking YouTubers off? Y'all remember that? The police get mad for some reason when they can't do nothing to you, right? When they can't do nothing and they can't break the law because you're videotaping everything, they hate that shit. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it. They hate it, right? Them cops in Georgia hated them cameras. They hated it. They just hated it with a passion. The cops up there, though, the state police, they don't care. They know you got the right to film. Long as you ain't interfering, get out the way. Don't bother them. They don't mess with you. All right? I was kind of surprised. When I got out there last night, I was thinking they going to let the neighbors, everybody's out there. There's people out there look like a damn block party. People out there standing in the street and shit. I'm like, this is some straight out of Buck Halter Road, Savannah, Georgia type stuff going on out here. You know what I'm saying? And, but it wasn't that bad. It was nobody screaming or nothing like that. But there was a lot of spectators, I have to say, you know, just hanging out, parlaying. At damn 1 o'clock in the morning.
Actually, I'm told
where a murderer might be. People love some danger, boy. They love some danger.
There's going to be a lot more activity. I'm just waiting.
That's like me. When I was going down these scary back roads by myself, I mean, some of them, there's no street lights for like 20 miles. And it's pitch black. See how he just cut his high beams on? And you don't know these roads. And it was raining and shitty. I was just like, yo, this... And there's stop signs in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you'll be in the middle of the damn woods, right? No houses for miles. And then there's a stop sign. I'm like, in the hell if I'm going to stop at this stop sign, right? You stop at this stop sign, damn Jason Voorhees might jump in the car, okay? I mean, yeah, the door's a lot, but you only got a little thin glass window, right? You know, I watch Hills Have Eyes. I watch Wrong Turn. I watch all them damn movies that you die in, and they all look like places like this, okay? I mean, even with something that goes pow pow with you, it's still spooky. Don't take the wrong turn, right? Stone Cold said, I can't stop laughing. Nick ain't stopping at them either, Miss Horn said. Look, I don't blame Nick. I ain't seen Nick. I don't know how big Nick is. But look, I ain't stopping at none of them. That's how you get killed right there. That's how you come up missing, stopping at them stop signs. I think a crazy person might have put that there. Like, why is there just a stop sign? There ain't no reason in hell to stop. And you got a stop sign. That looks like a setup to me. That's all I'm saying. Pull me. Why'd you run that stop sign? I'd be like, yo, man, that looked like a setup. It didn't look official. It didn't look like it was put there by VDOT. I don't know. I come up with something. Does anybody know where we're going now? I feel like I'm in a car. I don't know where I'm going. Hey, Nick, where are we going?
So it looks like more officers are heading toward that specific area that we were just at, but people are saying
whip that bitch around, Nick.
At another area.
Hey.
So do you guys want us to here's
don't make me turn this car around, Nick.
One at Crossover Boulevard in 724, but this one looks more active.
Huh.
Alright, we'll stay in this area.
Whip it around. Buster you, Nick. He answered you. See? He can hear me. He can hear me. That's that telepathy, okay? I'm like a passenger in the car. Backseat driver. Buster you, homie. They ain't gonna pull you over there looking for a killer. They ain't worried about you. They busy. You can break the law right now. Nick should get him an A-Team van. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, so we'll stay in this area for right now. We're gonna head back around.
All that dude does is drive. Whip it around, Nick. Put us on some tunes. You got some Slayer? Maybe some like Red Hot Chili Peppers? Maybe some old school Nirvana? I don't know. I'll take something. Green Day at this point. Little Green Day. Blink 182. Blink 182. All the small things. Okay, what kind of music y'all think Nick listens to? I don't know Nick, never met Nick, never seen Nick. Only rode in the car with Nick. Okay, what kind of music you think Nick listens to? Let me know in the chat. All right, I'm just curious. He kind of seems to me like he would be like a Dave Matthews kind of guy, right? Who agrees with me? I think Nick is a Dave Matthews guy. I don't know. I could be wrong. He could be total hip hop. He could be like pop, Biggie. I'm not sure. Country? Think he's country? Bob Marley, I see. Old rock. Green Day rocks. LOL. Somebody says, I like Green Day. Who's Nick? Nick's the dude in this car. We're watching Nick. Classic rock. Old rock. Upchurch. Think Nick listens to Upchurch? Bare naked ladies. Bare naked ladies. Okay. Jelly Roll. He might be a Jelly Roll fan. Nah. He could be 3-6 Mafia kind of dude. Oh shit. Chicken head. Chicken head. You ride clean, but your gas tank is on E. You stepping down, ain't got no decent shoes on your feet. See, y'all didn't know. Didn't think I knew some Project Pat and shit like that. 3-6 Mafia, baby.
It's 7-11 coffee.
Ah.
I'm good with that. Negative.
Vanilla Ice. I don't think Nick listens to Vanilla Ice. I couldn't see that one.
We're not good.
I mean, I don't know the guy. He possibly could. You know what I'm saying? He could have a high top fade and everything. I wouldn't know. Moto Mom says, I saw Jelly Roll last night. Great show. I seen Jelly Roll a few weeks ago. That was almost like a month ago. But it was awesome. Cool show. He played a lot of stuff too, like covers. He was playing Afro Man. He was playing sorry, Miss Jackson. Outcast. He was playing a whole bunch of stuff. I haven't seen the fight yet, guys, but I did see who won. Okay, I seen some of the highlights.
There's an industrial construction yard to our right where they had unmarked troopers and
About to see Jelly Roll. Awesome.
Kind of stationed at. I guess out of an abundance of caution.
Casting Crowns is a good band. Never heard of them. Okay.
And then you got another one.
Uh-oh, see, that cop busted a you. You need to bust a you like that cop. All right, he finally heard me. He finally heard me. About damn time, Nick. Let's get back to where they were searching. That's where you want to be at. If they looking, there's a reason they're looking.
So you guys see the presence out here is quite massive.
Oh, it is.
Minutes we were into it, or every minute.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad to be home. I don't know if they don't catch him soon. I'll go back out there. It ain't that far for me, really. It's a lot closer than going to Tennessee. I can tell you that. That Summer Wells stuff, that's just a hike. That's the PA. That was like 5 minutes from my house. It's only 5 hours and 10 minutes.
You guys see the police presence. There was another trooper, and there's another one behind him.
Okay, why is my chat frozen? That's weird. Hold on, guys. Okay, now it's moving. I was like, why is my chat frozen? It's moving on the screen, but it's not moving for me to where I can see it.
I mean,
Give me a second. Let me see what Nick's channel is called. I think it is Nick the Hat. Hold on.
And here is Trooper to our right.
No, it's not. It's Nick Hates. I don't know what that is. Hold on. I'll copy his link. Where's his link at? Hold on. This is Nick's link. And I'll pin it. Alright. That's about as much as I can. That's about all I know how to do. Alright, hold on. And there you go. That link that's up top is Nick's page, okay?
No, go straight because there's more coming in. We'll take a longer road back and see what it looks like.
Dolly, that person is a Karen, complains more than an ex-spouse. Can Dolly see people's comments? Yes, I can see your comments. Do I read every comment? No, I don't read every comment. You ever try to read a book and hold a conversation? It's kind of hard.
Tarzan hopping from tree to tree. Make sure you guys look up at the trees. You never know.
But I catch things from time to time. He said, look up in the trees. That's what I said. The man was up in a tree like an Ewok. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, if anything happens here, we'll jump back to it. Let's jump over here. Let's open up the phone lines. I want to hear from some of you beautiful people tonight. What do y'all think about this escape convict? Did the police drop the ball on this or what? The call-in number is up top. I don't know if y'all can see that on the screen, but it's 757-797-6694. And if my mods could post it in the chat. I can't pin it because I got Nick's link pinned at this present second. But just go ahead and pop it in the chat. I want to hear from some of you people. What do you think? Did the police drop the ball? Did YouTubers interfere? Okay? Are YouTubers interfering with what's going on in this investigation? All right? Riding around filming, is that interfering? That's my question, isn't it? I'm curious. Okay? Dropped the ball, threw it out of bounds, Jennifer B says. The dude probably has a Harry Potter cloak. He's invisible by now. I don't know. I would definitely get out the area for sure. Dolly. Hello.
Dolly.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? This Miss Ann?
Miss Ann.
What's up, Miss Ann?
Yeah. I think the mayor or the governor needs to put out a curfew so all these sightings that are becoming false need to come to a stop.
Yeah, that
They
might
put
be
out
might be a good way.
They put out a curfew and stop all these idiots out there walking and these false sightings coming in.
Like, you know, people, the idiots like me.
There's been a ton of them.
Well, I would have been, you know, I was out there kind of late last night. I'm usually not a late night person like that, but
I know, I was watching you. I got on your little panel.
yeah, that's right. I knew he wasn't out there.
You done forgot about me, boy.
I knew he wasn't out there, though. I knew that when I was on the panel. I was like, that dude ain't in these woods.
Yeah, I knew it too.
I think the police knew it too. Thank you, Short Legs. Thank you for the donation to the channel. That's super awesome of you.
That's sweet.
All right, so you think they need a curfew? Lock it down. That way when somebody moves around at night, they know it's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Too much movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote it in your chat a couple of times, but as usual, you overlooked me.
It happens.
I know. That's all right.
We got a
When your
super
butt
chat. Old school.
What?
Nothing. All right, Miss Ann, you be good.
All right, sweetie.
All right.
I'm going to bed.
All right, peace.
Night chat. Love y'all.
All right, peace. All right, guys, in the chat, anything pops off, let me know, because I have this screen up so I can hide the phone numbers because it's on my share screen. So, Short Legs gifted 10 memberships. Short Legs, you're awesome. Awesomeness of the Short Legs. If you got gifted from Short Legs, make sure you thank her, guys. Okay? I see a lot of new members. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
This is Stone Cold.
Stone
I am
Cold.
relatively new to your channel. I'm here in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
Not far from all this excitement. It's crazy. It's insane. And yes, I do think law enforcement dropped the ball big time. It's as if they had every last one of their resources right there in that one spot. And last night, when you went live, I said, he is not there. And you were like, you know what, Stone Cold? I agree with you, because that was the first thing I thought. If I was a criminal, why would I stay here? And I'm like, I'm glad to see great minds think alike.
Yeah, I mean, one thing though, I would have got out the area. He hasn't really got out the area, but he ain't living in a tree in the woods. He's done found him a spot. You know what I'm saying? That he's going to at night or during the day, and he's moving at night. And if I was him, I'd be so far gone now. I don't know why he stuck around. Like he wanted to visit people, or he knows he's going to get caught, and he's just playing cat and mouse.
Yeah. I don't know whether he was really trying to get back at some folks, or he really was desperate and he needed help to get further away. I don't know. I'm just praying that he doesn't kill anyone else. I need this guy to be caught ASAP, put under the jail. That's if they even take him alive.
Yeah. I don't think he has any money because he didn't stop and put gas in the van. But then again, if he's watching the news, he knows they're looking for that van too.
That's right. That's why he ditched it.
Yeah.
You know, but right now I think he's desperate and he's very, very dangerous, and everybody should be on high alert. Everybody in this area needs to be on extreme high alert.
Yeah.
But thank you, Dolly. I'm glad I got through.
Awesome.
It's a pleasure talking with you.
Same to you. You have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Peace. Yeah, look, they dropped the ball. They had him cornered. They had him boxed in at some point. He was there. But he was able to slip right past them police. Now, they were saying underground tunnels or this and that. Maybe it was he jumped into a portal. Who knows? But he got out that conservatory. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
What's up? Who's this? Where you calling from?
It's Donna from Myrtle Beach. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Not too bad.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're home because it's a waste of time. He probably beat you to Virginia Beach.
I know. This is where he came last time. This is where they arrested him last time.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come to me.
I think it's been planned. It's been planned for a long time. You know, he had his lookout when he escaped, but that lookout never turned around. If you see, and so he had more than one lookout.
Yeah.
So it was planned. It may have even been planned that the guy that went out and got caught could have even been a dummy and went out. See if it'd work.
I don't know. It's like either there's something he needs in that area, or he's trying to acquire for him to stick around there. Because usually when prisoners escape from the prison, they get farther away from the prison as they can get. This dude has actually circled back closer to the prison.
I don't believe that. I think that it's been planned. I think he has family. I think he's gang affiliated. I think that somebody's dropped off the van. I think it's all been planned.
Yeah, where somebody picked him up where he dropped that van off.
Somebody picked him up, and then they dropped him elsewhere with someone else, and then they went back and planted the van.
Yeah, well, that van, you know, he dumped that van because he didn't have no gas, I'm assuming. But if he has outside ties, gang ties, he would have money.
Yeah, that's why he's nowhere around, and they're setting up these. They're setting this up for him. He wasn't in that van at the end. Somebody else dropped that van off.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I think there's plenty of decoys. This has been planned.
Okay.
He's had what? He's had 4 months to plan it since the last guy went out.
Yeah, it seems like they would have done something about that whole rooftop thing.
You know how much he learned from that last guy's escape? That could have even been a setup.
Why not put a guard tower on the rooftop itself? I heard they fired the guard tower that he jumped off the roof by and escaped.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
They fired him.
He could have been in on it. He could have been in on the last one. And how come he wasn't counted? How come they didn't notice that he was missing for so long?
Well, they have, because they bringing everybody back in. It does take a little while before they go through the count. They have a few of them a day. That's how the city jail was here anyway. They did one early in the morning. They did one at night. So, like every, I don't know, maybe every 10 hours or 8 hours, they would come by and want to see your little bracelet you got on. And they check you off to make sure your ass ain't escaped.
They don't count when you come back in from the yard to make sure that you came in?
Well, the city jail, I ain't never been in prison. I've been to city jail, and they didn't let your ass outside at all. So you didn't go. Right. So you didn't get to go outside. You stayed inside. They had like a basketball court, and it had like a bars on it and an open wall, so you could get outside air, but you couldn't see outside.
Mm-hmm.
So
this guy's smart. He's had plenty of time to plan this. Look, he escaped from Brazil, got all the way over here to us.
Yeah, but he got caught for the murder, so it ain't like he ain't been.
But he got caught for the girlfriend's murder. He never got caught for the other one, right?
Yeah, the Brazilian.
I mean, they knew it was him, but they chased him all the way here, and they didn't even know he made it here.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, he made it here. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I don't even think they realized that he had gotten this far. I think he's that smart and that cunning, planned that much. I don't think I don't think he went near his sisters.
Well, that was a co-worker. That wasn't his sisters. That's where mistakes were coming in because everything was happening live, and people were saying it was his sisters, but it was actually a co-worker.
Oh, okay.
A former co-worker of his that caught him on the doorbell cam, and they were at dinner, and when they came home, they were able to take the cameras off of it, realized it was him, and they notified the authorities.
But ICE picked up his sister because they found her from being illegal from him contacting her.
I heard something of that. I didn't know if that was rumors or not, that they are going to deport the sister, from what I hear. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
All right, Dolly. Have a good night.
You too. Peace.
Peace.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. This is Katie from New Hampshire.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, I have a friend that lives in the borough, like right outside of Phoenixville, and they went to the blues concert last night, the Blues Fest, and he said that all of a sudden there was like this big, large police presence there going through the crowd. They thought he might be there, but obviously he wasn't.
Yeah.
But they're all locked and loaded there. The whole community is like, he says he's never been so freaked out in his life, and he's not a guy that gets scared easily.
Yeah, like, as far as the community around it, they act like there's nothing going on. Like,
well, I don't know. He seems like he never talks that way. He goes, Katie, I am locked and loaded, and he never ever talks like that.
Yeah.
Well,
that
I don't
is
know.
A scary dude.
That was kind of freaky about the Blues Fest because he was around there.
Yeah, he could be, at this point, he could be anywhere. People need to lock their doors, lock their garages, things of that nature, especially if you're in that surrounding areas.
He has family in Phoenixville.
I hear he has family in Maryland. He has people in Virginia.
Yeah,
that's what
he's getting helped by somebody.
I hope not. I hope they catch him, for sure.
And I hope they catch him too, little weasel.
Before he hurts somebody.
He's like an animal. He's like an animal.
Yeah, he ain't been trapped yet. When he gets trapped, I think that's when he's going to get dangerous.
Yeah, I was just over at the lab just a little bit a while ago, and like they said, he's not going to. He's not coming. He knows what's in store for him when he goes back. He's not going back willingly. No way.
Nah, I don't think so either. Another thing is the smile he had on his face in that Ring doorbell camera. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this dude is on the run for his life, and he's smiling, living his best life.
He's creepy.
Like he don't have a
creepy.
care in the world. I heard something
it's
that
like he knows something.
I heard
he does know something.
I heard
he knows that he's not going back.
I heard he may be disguised as a woman.
I mean, he could easily pass. I heard the latest that he wasn't even 5 foot tall. He was 4'11".
4'11", and now he's shaved off all his facial hair. You know what I'm saying? He throws a wig on and a dress, walk right past the police.
Sure. Either that, or he just gets on a little huffy bike and go and rides down the street with a baseball hat on, and people think he's a kid.
Yeah, when the police first seen him, they didn't even know it was him. They had to use facial recognition to verify that it was him. And then the command center came back out and said that is a confirmed sight of him. That's him. And then that's when everybody moved from the gardens. Because it first came in, they didn't even think it was him.
No, I know. Well, I'm not going to take up the time, but I just want to tell you, like, my friend, they live in, actually, it's Montclair. It's like just a little burb right outside of Phoenixville. And he said, like, all of a sudden, like, they're having a good time at the Blues Fest, and all of a sudden, like, there were cops, like, everywhere. Everyone's, like, blowing weed, everything else. That's not what the cops didn't care about the weed last night.
Now, I don't know what PA's deal is with that anywhere. Everywhere around it's 100% legal, but there. So.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
that's crazy.
True. You know why? Because it's still a common. Isn't it still a commonwealth? Just like, but see, Massachusetts is still a commonwealth, and they are totally legal right across. Like where I am, like I have a medical card. We have medical here in New Hampshire, but it hasn't gone like totally illegal yet.
Yeah, Virginia is a commonwealth, and we're completely legal. But they pushed it really fast, and I don't know how it flew under the radar, but they made it work. Okay, they made it work.
Well, we live and live free or die. It's like, what's holding up? Well, our governor, Sununu, he wants to put, because, our liquor is controlled in liquor stores up here.
Same here.
And so he wants to do that. He wants to put it in there. Well, we don't care what he does. Just get on with it.
Yeah. Well, look, I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, okay, Dolly. We love you and PJ, and I love your show.
Thank you.
I'm glad to be a turtle.
All right.
All right, take care.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah, this dude been on the run. He's going on day 12, right? So that's damn almost 2 weeks he's been out fooling the police, right? Police standing around with their thumbs up their butt around a bunch of woods that he ain't at. They're having sightings. They're saying he's in the woods, and he ain't even there, okay? We know he wasn't there now because he had the van. And we know when he stole the van, all those things. So we know he wasn't in the woods at the time that I was out there, and he was... 45 minutes up the road? That is crazy, okay? So if they would have had that perimeter wider, stopping cars at red lights, things like that, nobody pulled me over. Hey, can I look in the trunk of your car? Hey, can you... You know how you see it in movies when prisoners escape? They got the roads blocked off and shit, and they're searching your cars. They're making you... You know what I'm saying? They're looking through everything. Everything's a roadblock. You just trapped in that bitch, and they searching everybody. No, it was nothing like that I seen. They didn't have nothing locked down where if you went through it, okay, we're checking you. Now, if they'd have had some roadblocks set up out there, they would have had them. And you would think a Homeland Security would know, let's get people watching any of his allies, any of his family, okay, anybody that we know he's had communication with, let's put somebody in the bush. If you ain't got somebody to put in the bush, you can rent JLR. I'm renting him out for Secret Service's people that need him in the bush, okay? He don't know yet, but we'll fill him in later, okay? There's people that will sit in the bush, okay? But you need to put people on top of these people, right? Like, if you escape, when you escape, the first thing I'm going to do is go into the prison. I'm going to go into your call log of everybody you fucking called, and I'm going to put an agent at all of those houses. And you're going to show up somewhere, okay? And when you do, somebody's going to jump out the bush like Spider-Man, and you done, right? I can't believe that whoever's running that part of this show, Homeland Security, Secret Service, I don't want to say nothing about the FBI because they done showed up at my house before. They're really friendly, but we don't want to chance it, okay? It seems simple. Thank you, Short Legs, for posting that. And that's a good way to support Dolly. BuyDollySoap.com. Okay? Best soap in the game. Keeps Dolly alive. And your ass and flaps clean. Okay? We also got the voodoo candles, body wash, lotions. For all you people that got dry ass lizard skin, I know you out there. Dolly Lotion can cure you. Okay? BuyDollySoap.com. Alright? That's my plug. I only do it once. Don't worry. You ain't got to hear it a bunch of times. All right, let's see what's going on live. Nick is still driving, of course. Okay. Let's see what Nick is. He's on the back road. Let's jump over. Here we go. We're riding down the back roads of Pennsylvania. Okay. They dark as hell. Ain't nothing around. I've been driving down these dark ass roads for like all night last night, all day today. I don't know. He drive around more than me. He put in more miles than I do. He's going to get gas. Okay. All right. We'll jump back over here. We'll take some more calls while Nick gets some gas. JR never came back live. I'll tell you what we're going to do. The phone lines are kind of quiet right this minute. So let's listen to a little bit of what the police had to say today on this situation. Okay? Let's listen to the chief. He blamed a little bit on YouTubers. It wasn't me he was talking about because I wasn't there. I just got there for a few hours and did my thing, and so I never was out there chasing nobody. So that wasn't even about me. But shit happens. All right, let's jump over here to this.
September 9th, Cavalcante stole a 2020 Ford Transit van from an area approximately 3/4 of a mile from the perimeter we were maintaining near the Longwood Gardens property.
Wasn't maintaining it very good.
The keys had been left in the van, and the theft was not noticed until PSP canvassed the area looking for a possible stolen vehicle after a report of a sighting of Cavalcante in the East Pikeland area. It was determined Cavalcante used the van and traveled to that area. At 9:52 p.m., he attempted to contact an individual he had known and worked with several years prior. Cavalcante spoke with the individual via a video doorbell at that residence and inquired about meeting with that individual. The individual was at dinner with his family and did not respond to meet Cavalcante. Cavalcante left that residence. The homeowner eventually returned home, reviewed his doorbell recording, and called local police. PSP received a call about this sighting and the next at 12:30 in the morning on September 10th, 20, indication that Cavalcante had been able to travel from the area of Longwood Gardens. Photos of Cavalcante were area in which Cavalcante appeared at a residence of another old work associate at 10:07 p.m. That associate was not home, but a female resident observed Cavalcante and called her friend. That friend responded to the residence and eventually placed a call to local police. Police investigated and then notified PSP. During that investigation, there was an indication of a white vehicle possibly being used by Cavalcante. An updated photo of Cavalcante was provided to state.
Now, if they had a stolen vehicle, right? Now, let's just say this. There's 700, 800 of you watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If they know this vehicle was stolen and it's gone, what made them think that he was in the garden, the conservatory? What made them surround that if they knew there was a stolen vehicle and that vehicle was gone from 1.5 miles up the road? So that area has people stealing vehicles, people escaping from prison. To be a little country town, a lot of crime like that don't happen in a little small place like that. Try that in a small town, like the country singer would say, right? I just can't see all that crime for them not to think that that is related. He was leaving in a tunnel. Yeah, right. Okay. He drove the van through the tunnel system, you know. No, he drove that van right past the police with long rifles. All they had to do was shoot him. They didn't even know it was him. Okay? I had to admit, he did look a little different, shaved and clean. I don't know, that dairy must have had a razor and a bathroom in it with the truck keys waiting for him. Seems weird. How do we know he didn't know somebody that worked at the dairy? He knew there to go there or just stumbled across it. He's been driving around in this van for the last few days. Common sense. He's gangster. The police was so stuck on him being in that garden that they let him drive by and wave. That, I know, right? It's crazy. Hold on, let's jump over and take this call. Dolly.
Yeah, good afternoon, or good evening, Dolly. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Anthony from Florida.
What's up, Anthony?
Listen, I took a picture of a gentleman that came into a McDonald's that's next to a smoke shop.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it from a side view, it looks just like the escapee looking sideways with the same hairstyle, same height, same ears that come out a little bit. And I took a side view of him in front of the McDonald's register.
In Florida?
And that was, yes, in Florida. And I've never seen this man before at all because that's my area in security.
Uh-huh.
And everybody pretty much knows everybody. He's like a new face in town. Now, I don't know how I could send you the picture of him with the short sleeve shirt on top. He's about the height of the person they're looking for and the same kind of thick hair. And you look like he did a half-ass shave job on his face.
How would he get to Florida from if he was in Pennsylvania last night? But then again, I was in Pennsylvania last night, and I'm in Virginia today. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, true, yeah. If you just like get in the car and go, oh my God, I can't believe I'm 2 states away. You know, just like the lady said, I believe there was doubles out there. He worked this out, and I think they're throwing the police all over the place so he has time to get the hell out of Dodge. Where my opinion is in Florida.
Did you notify? Your local law enforcement that you seen an escaped convict?
No. I didn't talk to anybody. I'm watching everybody's reaction to this guy, and I go, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of this guy. I'm going to take a video. Guess where he goes? He goes across into a smoke shop that has a bad surroundings of some strange people that go in there. Okay, and just like the lady was talking about, somebody's helping them. This particular place is a place that does that. The police come there all the time because it draws a lot of shit on the street.
Well, if you want, you can send me the picture at Jimmy Jams, JIMMY JAMZ757.
Is that on your thing here?
Nah, it's jimmyjams757@gmail.com. Is my email.
I was wondering if you could text me that. Oh, you don't do that?
Nah, I won't be able to do that.
Because I would like to just send it right to I would love to send the 2 pictures, the front view of him and then the picture of what I took, the side view, to somebody's cell phone. And then I'll delete it.
Okay.
I mean, I'll delete your number. I'm not going to call you or anything like that.
Yeah, you just had to email it to me. That's the only way I have to get it right now. So if you can email it to me, that would be cool. But
Spell it out slowly for me, please. It's Jimmy, like J-I-M.
Yeah, JIMMY JAMZ 757.
Repeat after Jimmy again. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Jams, JAMZ 757.
757. Okay.
At Gmail.
What's the last part?
Gmail.
At gmail.com.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see if I can get it through to you. Okay.
All right. Peace.
Thank you, sir. Bye now.
Now, would he be that far away? Right? This guy is saying, I seen a guy at a smoke shack in Florida. You know, well, last night or yesterday, he was in Pennsylvania. I doubt he's in Florida. Okay? Now, you know, there's people that look like me. There's people that look like him. You know, some people just look alike. Okay? So, I don't know. Like, I was in Walmart. This is how I know I'm into true crime too much. Okay? is I seen a dude, and he looked like the dude that they were looking for from Maryland. All right, remember the girl that got murdered in Maryland, and they were looking for that Latino gentleman. I seen a dude that looked just like him, but I don't think it was him. But I was just eyeing him in Walmart, and I was just thinking, I watch too much true crime where I'm starting to think everybody's a killer. Morbid says, oh, is that who that was? I don't. You know, if somebody takes their time just to be stupid, then they just take their time to be stupid, you know. Thank you for the $2 for entertaining his stupidness, though, PJ. I appreciate it. And he definitely tries to sit on the lap. Okay, he definitely tries to sit on the lap. But what can you do? What can you do with these weird dudes out here on these YouTube streets?
Morbid, you can't have my man, you weirdo dick rider.
I forgot to chat. It reads the super chats. Okay, when I'm on this screen. So that was a good one. Sorry, guys. Close your ears. Every now and then it gets a little wild here on Dolly. All right. So there's escaped convict on the run. Nick is still driving around. He's at the gas station. Okay. So he's at the Wawa hanging out. You can see it right there. He's at the Wawa. Nothing is sighting yet. If anything goes down, I'll jump to it. I don't think JLR is live. I got his page pulled up too. I'm on my game tonight. Okay, I'm on my game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Tabby, thank you for subscribing, Tabby M. Welcome. Welcome. It's good to have you. All right, so let's jump back over to the police chief real quick.
And local law enforcement at 2:30 a.m. Using the description provided, at 5:20 a.m., investigators identified a vehicle from the Longwood Gardens area which fit the description of the vehicle operated by Cavalcante. Upon contacting the owner realized their vehicle had been stolen. Further investigation revealed the keys had been left in the vehicle. Law enforcement nationwide was immediately notified of the theft, and an alert was provided to state and local law enforcement at 5:37 a.m. After an extensive search, the vehicle was discovered abandoned in a field behind a barn in East Nantmeal Township at 10:40 a.m.
10:40, that's right when I got up.
Searching the area around that location since that time. We are obviously very concerned that Cavalcante has or will attempt to steal another vehicle to facilitate his escape. As a reminder, we ask for the public's help by familiarizing themselves with the updated photographs and description of Cavalcante, to check security cameras they have, and to call us immediately if they believe they may have seen him. Again, we ask residents to please secure homes, outbuildings, and vehicles.
All right, hold on, guys. Dolly.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Dodge. Danny the trucker. I just checked with Google. It's a tad over 19 hours to drive straight through, and it's a little over 1,900 miles.
900 to what? To drive from PA all the way to Florida?
Yeah, from the southwest or southeast corner down to Florida. It's approximately 1,903 miles, and it'll take almost 20 hours.
Oh.
I mean, he'd have to just push straight through.
Yeah, he ain't do that.
I'm a truck driver. I don't do anything illegal because, you know, the company I work for, we're looking at the big picture, safety and all that.
11 hours?
We're not going to do anything. Huh?
What does he drive, 11 hours truck?
Yeah, 11 hours. If you got the hours to do it. Everything's got a black box. Everything's tagged. Everything's the way they got it set up, you know, with the
computers
we have. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they got the computers in the truck now, so you know you can't drive past the time. You got to have your 8 hours downtime, all that shit.
Yeah, actually it's 10 hours now. The way it's going when it's a legit company, because everything's got to be TSA, compliance, safety, and maintenance, all that. Everything's checked and it's reported.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, even if they can tell if you're doing when you step on the gas, when you overspeed, when you brake too hard. They know everything, huh?
Oh yeah, I know that for sure. All right, you be good, my man.
Now you too, brother, and I want to say thank you so much. I want to God bless you and your daughter PJ. You two when you're together, I'm
my daughter.
really enjoying that now. I
That's-
love all your stuff. You two are dynamite. You know what? You did a really great job raising your daughter there.
That is not my
She's
daughter.
a jewel.
That is so not my
You're
daughter.
awesome, brother.
All right,
Hey,
peace.
God bless you, man.
All right, later.
Later.
He said my daughter. PJ is not my daughter, okay? PJ is my girlfriend. My daughter's name is Tiffany, okay? Two different people, okay? She's definitely not my daughter. That I don't think that's Morbid. That's the actual truck dude. He calls in all the time. If it is Morbid, he has a bunch of different voices then. But I don't think that was Morbid. Okay, let's get back to this for a second. I'm going to close the phone line for 1 second. All right, Nick's still driving, okay? So we're going to jump over to this press conference for 1 second while I grab me something to drink. Okay, let me blow this up.
This most recent incident is a reminder that he will take advantage of any opportunity to obtain items he needs. It is also imperative that anyone with information about Cavalcante contact us immediately so we can act on it in a timely manner. I have told you from the start of this manhunt that we were conducting a multifaceted investigation which includes strong investigative and technological components. Those aspects become even more important now. We will aggressively continue this investigation with our federal, state, county, and local partners until we successfully bring Cavalcante back into custody. Cavalcante is considered extremely dangerous, and there is a reward of up to $20,000 offered for information leading to his capture. Anyone with information is asked to call our tip line at 717-562-2987. 717-562-2987. I know this is an extremely stressful time for the community. I assure you, we are doing everything possible to bring this to a successful resolution as quickly as possible. I also want to make mention of a special thank you to Longwood Gardens. I will tell you that for some time, the past several days, we have had to essentially take over that property, and they have been very, very accommodating, and I appreciate that. You know, not everyone, not every business or organization
Sorry about
would
the
be as
feedback.
accommodating, and so I thank them. And with that, I will be happy, and as will the others here, to take any questions that you may have.
All right, here's the questions.
You had 400 officers within this perimeter. You had it closed down to a 4 square miles, I understand it. Yet he somehow slipped through this perimeter and then is spotted in Phoenixville. How do you explain that?
How do you
Well,
explain
what I
that
will tell you
shit?
is that, as I've said from the very beginning, there are a number of challenges in any investigation. No perimeter is 100% secure, ever. We did a very good job, and I will tell you, I applaud the men and women who were out there standing in some very difficult conditions and trying to secure that perimeter. I'm not going to make an excuse to you. I wish it had not happened.
I wish it hadn't happened
There are a lot
too.
of circumstances. There are a lot of issues associated with that property. Tunnels, very large drainage ditches, things that could not be secured.
What?
You couple that with weather, aviation
With
being
weather?
down for a night. There are a number of reasons. Again, no excuses.
Yeah, what about y'all dropped the ball? That's a good reason, right? You slipped up, you let him go, you wasn't paying attention, your perimeter wasn't big enough, okay? You were confident in that he was in this little tiny small section when he wasn't. You should have had roadblocks out. You should have had National Guard securing that area on the interstates, checking trains, bus stations, all that shit. Right? It seems like this is their first rodeo, and we got Border Patrol, we got FBI, and we got all these people involved, and it seems like this is their first time doing it. And we know it's not. They got some of the best people working on it, but their local stuff going on, I don't know about.
We took on the responsibility. We gave it a very good effort. We gave it an exceptionally good effort, and I applaud the men and women who've done their job.
Is there a reason to believe there were underground tunnels?
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, okay? Horseshoes and hand grenades. You almost don't count.
There are underground tunnels there.
You provided blueprints along with gardens. Did the management there facilitate you with that aspect?
They did help us with blueprints, and as a matter of fact, there's additional construction that also has other tunnels and drainage areas that are under construction. those cannot be secured. It's really that simple. So you do the best you can with any given circumstance. It's no different when it's a wooded search. It's no different when there are challenges with every one of them. And so we do the very best that we can. Our people did a great job, and I applaud them. I wish that he had not been able to slip through there, but that does happen sometimes, and that's why we don't simply rest on our laurels and say, okay, we're going to take one approach. I will tell you, I mean, to give you some idea, I brought you all in here on Friday and showed you the scope of this. I nearly doubled the planning for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Our plan had been to go close to 600 members of law enforcement to do one massive sweep of that entire piece of property. There's a huge amount of planning goes into that, and working around weather and some of those other kinds of things. So it is not for a lack of trying that this occurred. We'll fall back, as we do in any other investigation when something doesn't go our way.
He said he'll fall back.
We'll fall back to something else. In the end, I am confident we will capture him, and we will bring him back into the criminal justice system.
So you believe that Cavalcante?
I'm sorry, sir.
We're hearing that his sister was arrested.
Currently, we're up in a little more in the northern part of the county. I do not have a perimeter secured up there. We're searching an area around where we recovered the van, but there are a number of other pieces of information that are in play that don't require a perimeter and are the focus of our efforts at this point.
What's Cavalcante's family's involvement at this point? His mom was assisting you earlier, but we're now hearing that his sister's been arrested by ICE and possibly for deportation.
That is accurate.
Damn.
Do you believe that he's getting any assistance from those family members or anyone else in this community?
Okay, so let me touch on that for a second. Let me turn my camera back on. ICE has arrested the sister. They're going to deport her. Like, look, you done got your sister deported, man, with your bullshit. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You're getting your family in trouble. And the police are doing that because they can't catch him. If they would have caught him, you think they would have gave the sister any problem? Nope. But since he slipped through their little dragnet, they sending that sister back to damn Brazil. Okay? For sure. All right, let me check on Nick. Make sure he's still driving. Nick's still driving, okay? He's still driving. We still in the back seat, so let's jump back here again. We still in the back seat.
As always, I'm not going to comment on what assistance he may or may not be receiving, but we take steps to try and minimize or eliminate that assistance, and that's exactly what we've done at this point.
What's the focal point of the search right now?
The physical search right now is near the recovery of that van, but again, there are a number of other things in play that don't require that physical presence up there, and those are all equally or even more important at this point.
Do you still believe he is in Pennsylvania and probably Chester County? Have other special forces come in over the last few hours to support your efforts from other states? And then anything you tell us about the victim's family right now?
Dolly came in from another state.
Pennsylvania. I can tell you that the victim's family remains under protection, and we assure them that they will be fully protected through all of this. And I'm sorry, what was the other part of your question?
Additional support coming in from other states?
Yes, as always, we adjust. You know, I just mentioned the planning that obviously I couldn't disclose to you ahead of time, but the planning that was going into tomorrow.
Paul Cat says, I bet the person responsible for putting that dragnet together feels dumb as F right now. Yeah, they dropped the ball, guys. There's no other word for it. There's no excuses. You had that many police out there. You didn't have roadblocks, right? If he stole the van, he should have got stopped in a roadblock. There should have been roadblocks set up for 10 miles around that bitch and nothing. I didn't get stopped. Nobody looked through my back seat. Nobody checked my trunk. Okay? I could have been like, yo, Padre, jump in the back. We drove right past the damn police with the guns. They'd have never done nothing. It's crazy.
Tomorrow's efforts, we were bringing even more resources in. What we're doing now is shifting, again, based on the nature of how I see the investigation playing out and going forward. All of our partners here are doing an amazing job of shifting now and bringing the resources we need to bear. Yes, sir.
Can you repeat the location of where that van was located, just so we make sure we have that right? And also, this video or these images that you're sharing with us, what has the person who shared these images told you about what he's saying through this ring camera? What is he asking for? Does this tell you that he's now trying to get support from associates?
So the first part of your question, East Nantmeal Township in Chester County. The second part, I'm not going to be specific, but yes, he is absolutely, I'll give it a general characterization. He is absolutely looking for support. He needs that support. He doesn't have it.
He is looking for
Yes,
help,
ma'am.
though. I agree with that. Why didn't I stay there? Because he's bouncing all around PA, and I didn't want to sit around and chase him. Okay? That ain't what I do. I search for missing people. I went out there basically just to spectate to see what was going on. And once I did that, what is there for me to do? I'm not the police. If I run up on, I can't arrest him. You know what I'm saying? So, and the weather was shitty, and I was just over it. He wasn't trapped in a box anymore. He could be anywhere. And like, if I would have jumped around, think of all the places I would have jumped around to that I would have drove 100 miles to that church. I'd have drove down 80 miles to that van, and none of these places that he's at. We're a day behind him, okay? Always. 1 day behind. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, ma'am, first of all, you've got darkness, you've got a variety of weather conditions, and you've got some fairly rugged terrain. And I mentioned, drainage ditches, underground tunnels, all of those kinds of things. There are a lot of factors. Until I capture him or we capture him and I or others have an opportunity to...
Cindy Lou, thank you so much for your super sticker. That's super awesome of you. Big shout outs, big virtual hugs from Dolly. Thank you guys for the support and for everybody that's hit that like button. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, you're watching out there in the ether, join up. Welcome, guys. All right. And thank you, Cindy Lou. That's super awesome of you guys. Thank you for the super stickers.
Interview, and if he would share that, I guess then we'll know. But until then, I don't know how he got over there. I wish I did. I could speculate on a couple of possibilities, but I can tell you that again, no perimeter is 100% secure. We do the best we can. Most times, we're able to secure it adequately.
For clarification, these images from the doorbell camera, they were from his acquaintance's home?
These were from, yes, it was, when I say an acquaintance, it was someone he had worked with several years ago. I'm not suggesting that they have a relationship with him now. It was someone that he has worked with, but he sought out their assistance.
What's your indication that, he might have a weapon, right?
Yeah, the chief came to me and said, look, Dolly, we know you are the greatest armchair detective out there in the world. Look, we know you can catch this dude in 5 minutes, right? But you will make us look bad, and we don't want that. Could you please go home, not catch this guy? And I looked at the chief and I said, look, man, I ain't here to make your police department look bad, because I could catch this guy in 20 minutes with a damn... I could catch him. Let's just say that. I could catch him in 20 minutes. So I told the chief, I said, look, chief, I think y'all got this. I'm going to give y'all, another week. And if y'all don't catch him in this week, Dolly's going to come back and catch him in 15 minutes. And the chief was like, Dolly, that sounds good. And I was like, all right, deuces, chief. And he was like, deuces, Dolly. And so if it don't go down, Dolly will go up there and catch him. Okay? Dolly will go up there and catch him. Rhonda says, you rock, Dolly. Great work. I love you and PJ. Y'all compliment each other. I've been a member for I think that says a year now. Hold on. A year now. I'll be a member as long as you have your channel. Love watching you two and Lolo. Thank you, Rhonda. Big virtual hugs to you too. All right. We love you guys just as much. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me alive. All right. So, once me and the chief talked, we dapped up and deuced out. And I was like, all right, let me get out the way. Let me get out the way, because there's trained professionals. You know what I'm saying? Even though I am the greatest armchair detective in the world, But I gave him a week. And the chief's good. He said, I'll get him, Dolly. I'll get him this week. Because he don't want me to embarrass him. He don't want me down up there catching this person. Okay? So now I don't know the rest of the YouTubers. I guess they didn't work the same deal out with them. I'm not for sure. Okay, but Chief, you got a week. You got a week. Okay. Dolly, can you go swing from tree to tree branches with the escapee? Can I? Do I look like I could swing from a branch? I would break my damn neck. Do I look like an Ewok to you? Maybe a little bit. That is debatable. Okay. It is debatable. But I ain't doing no tree swinging. Okay. I can't even climb a damn tree. So, let's do it.
I don't have any substantive proof right now that he has a weapon, but clearly he has been in residences, businesses, and in vehicles, at least one, that I can't say what may or may not have been in any of those locations that he had access to.
He got a gun. That's what it sounds like to me.
Tell you, I'm not tracking the cost right now. We're doing what it takes to successfully run this investigation.
I'm not tracking the cost because I can't count that damn high, okay? It'd be like 20, 30 million. It'd be something so crazy that you'd have a heart attack if you heard how much money they spending chasing this guy. I told you before I even went, I was like, all these cops are making overtime, hazard pay, all kinds of shit. Do they really want him caught? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that the SWAT officers want him caught because that's their job. But the regular patrol officers that are just standing there securing areas, shit, they making easy money. That's easy money right there all day.
In terms of what we need, I will tell you that our partners have been amazing. Anything that I've asked for, anything that they have suggested, because there's a lot of expertise standing behind me and in the room over here. Anything that has been reasonably suggested by any of us, each of us steps up and accommodates with those resources. Well, again, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I've suggested all along that there are a number of investigative and technological pieces that can be brought to bear. That is where this shifts until...
All that technology, all them flare cameras, them damn helicopters, them damn drones... Thousands of cops, hundreds and hundreds of man hours, and the dude slips right fucking past you. Make that make sense.
Such time as we have him in a position where we're prepared to try and contain and capture him again. Yes, ma'am.
Characterize this as a nationwide manhunt?
Just 1 minute, sir.
Are you aware of any vigilante types
Here we go.
who are trying to help you guys, or citizen cops out there? I mean, this is YouTuber who's running around.
Yes, I have heard that that's the case.
How do you reconcile what the professionals are doing with what the amateurs are doing? Are they helping?
What makes you an amateur, though? You know what I'm saying? Now, a professional is somebody that gets paid, right? Let's listen to the definition of what she just said. All right. An amateur, let's just use fighting as a reference. Anytime you're an amateur, you fight for free. Okay? Amateurs, they fight for free. As soon as you take money to do something, you are a professional, okay? In the sports, anyway, if we're using sports as a reference. As soon as you paid to compete, you are a professional athlete, okay? Now, if you are a YouTuber that reports on news, you are being paid to do that, okay? You're being paid to do that. That's what ad revenue is, commercials, things like that. So you're being paid to do that. So at what point, if somebody's being paid, are they a professional YouTuber? Okay? Because let's just say you got on the internet, lady. You would be an amateur YouTuber. Just like if I went and got a job as a news reporter, I would be a professional news reporter because I would be paid to report news. All right, so when somebody calls you an amateur, right, I'm sure your skills are not adding up to JLR's. All right, or you wouldn't be at the press conference mad about somebody else and ain't got shit to do with the case. That's for the person that asked that question, okay? The local media starts to get mad when you start to get more views than them. They're greedy.
They're not helping us at all, and in fact, they become a hindrance. Again, some of the technology, some of our resources have to be diverted at times when they insert themselves into a scene. It's not helpful. I wish they wouldn't do it. I've asked that they not. But
and I told the chief. See, he said he asked. I said, Chief, I give you a week. I give you a week. All right. I wasn't trying to be helpful. Right. I didn't go to help. I just went to go see what was going on with these eyes. But I give him a week, and the greatest armchair detective will go catch this guy. Okay. Guaranteed.
But you know, I can't stop them in some cases from doing it.
Are you prepared to characterize this as a nationwide manhunt now that he's broken the perimeter, had access to a vehicle, could potentially leave the state?
We have always looked at the potential that it could be a nationwide manhunt. The resources that are standing here with me already make it a nationwide manhunt. The information is being shared as appropriate across the country. This morning, before we even had a full picture, the information we had was being shared with appropriate law enforcement all across the country.
Pickle Toe said, but he asked for people to help. Yeah, I know he's asking for locals to check their buildings and lock stuff down. And if you see anything, tell anybody. I don't think he's asking people to chase the police and broadcast what the police are doing. All right, I think that's where the problem lies a little bit, is the police chasing. You know, them answering the scanners. That's where it gets a little tricky, right? Because then you could be, I guess, hindering an investigation or be in the way, you know. But, you know, just like any other citizen that stands on the curb and watches, if you're doing that, you're not hindering their investigation. Okay, now if you're riding around, maybe running red lights and traffic lights and could cause an accident, and then takes away their resources, then yeah, I would think you could be hindering an investigation or in the way. There is a little point of this. If you're getting there first, I think you're in the way. Okay? Now, if you're getting there after the fact that the police are already there doing their work and you're observing it like the news or the media does, I think that's okay. Okay? But then still there's a thin line, because, you know, I'm one of these people that go out there and do these types of things. But like I said, when it became to police chasing, that's when I drew the line. Like, I'm not going to chase the police around from scene to scene to scene to scene to scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people with news vans do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird line that I play. Like, you know, my thing has always been, let's go help people. Let's search for missing people. Not let's go catch an escaped convict. Even though, you know, I was sitting around with not much going on, and I was like, okay, let me go out there, use some of the new stuff that I've acquired, maybe fly the drone around, do my part that I can. But to me, I thought it was going to be one location, and then when, like I said, when it started jumping all over the place and you had to run here and run here and run here, one, I don't got the best car, all those things, and I was like, yeah, I ain't doing all that. Oh, they were never upset with nobody, but now they are because they dropped the ball. I believe that.
So we keep our law enforcement partners apprised of the progress or the setbacks, for that matter, and you know, and we work with them as necessary. So certainly going forward, any information that we think is appropriate or could even potentially be utilized by partners will be shared, and the agencies represented here are in a position to do that.
Do you think that the officials you were getting intel about Cavalcante, those who knew him best, prison guards, prosecutors, do you think that they underestimated how resourceful he is, how resilient he is? I mean, it's pretty impressive so far how he's been able to get around. Do you think that was
No, I don't think anyone underestimated him. I think you know, everyone knows that you know, he is somebody that comes from a background where he has endured some hardship, and there's no doubt.
Now, if JLR was to see this guy somewhere, right, looking for him, and was to call the police and say, "Hey, police, I see the escapee right here," and they arrest this guy, would they have the same energy then, right? Like JLR or Nick or me, we have eyes just like everybody else. What if we see him? Okay, we know we're looking for him. Most people ain't out looking for him. At least you got people helping look, okay? Not that, vigilante sounds like we're going to go arrest him with pitchforks and torches and shit like that, right? But that ain't the case. Most people that are out there are sleuthing. They're looking for answers. They're looking for possibilities of where he could be. And as soon as they find that, they're going to notify the authorities. JLR will. I think Nick would. I'm pretty confident that I would if I was out there still. We would notify the authorities. Just because we're on YouTube don't mean we're stupid.
He's willing to endure some hardship now. His choice is to go to prison for the rest of his life. He chooses not to do that. Unfortunately, that is not what's going to prevail in the long run. And so he is very determined. We are even more determined. He will be held to justice, and we're going to bring him back into custody.
Two quick questions. Do we know where he got the hoodie and presumably the razor to shave? Was this at the dairy farm or another break-in?
The hoodie was at the dairy farm. I don't know about the razor.
And then the second question is, we know that in 2021, some people in Phoenixville helped him as he was trying to escape. Is the gentleman that he tried to reach out to one of those people?
I am aware of that information, and I don't want to comment any further on that right now.
What is your message
Yes,
to
ma'am.
anyone who's trying to help?
Chance. So August 22nd, on or about, is when he was convicted, and he might have had come in contact with people. Is there any chance, upon that conviction and the people he was talking with, that he hatched this plan to escape on a certain day? I mean, it looked like he had a little help in the prison getting out. He had that watchdog guy there. But is there any thought that he started this whole process upon the day he was convicted? Is there any way to tell his defense attorney, etc.?
I don't know that there's a way to tell that it was that specific day. Do I think he has been trying to plot this? Yes. Do I think he took advantage of an opportunity that presented itself that other inmates told him about from a different inmate escaping that way? Yes, I think he took advantage of that opportunity. But he has any number of opportunities from the time he is convicted or even prior to have contact with his attorney, with family members, and so forth. And so at any point along the way, the plot could be hatched or the plot could be continued.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just seized the opportunity. They told him about it. He planned it in the prison. He executed it, right? He's a little bit smarter than people think he is. He was able to get on the roof. He was able to get past the guard station, a gun. And not only that, but that guard station has a armed gun that mans it 24 hours a day, and he was able to get past it. He was able to get past all those police and FBI and ATF and every other agency in the world is out. Border Patrol. I mean, they got everybody involved. He was able to get past all that.
As it goes on. At this point, I am not in a position to say that on a specific day that's where it was hatched. Yes, ma'am.
Go Red White Fahoons, that found Gabby Petito. We got AWP that found Callie Rodney. There's a lot of if YouTubers are trying to do good, let them do good. Let people help if they're not in your way. Now look, like I said, I'm not for one chasing police. I'm more run from the police. All right. So what they're doing right now up there is they're kind of police chasing, and that ain't my thing. Okay. If it was locked down in one situation and I could be like right there and it's one place, yeah, I would have hung out for a little bit and checked out the outcome of it. But to me, it's just a big game of cat and mouse, and this man can be anywhere in the country. And I've said it from the beginning. I was like, yo, they caught him here last time. They're probably going to catch him here again. This area, I can say it for the millionth time. Even Triple D was in here the other day. He'll tell you, we have a huge Latino community here. Massive. Like, there ain't no immigration, there ain't no ICE, there ain't nobody deporting people, there ain't nobody checking green card, there ain't none of that going on around here. We have whole communities. They even opened up their own little shopping strip malls and shit. Their own stores that don't speak a lick of English, okay? You can go in them, blow these little bodegas and things that they be selling little phone cards and shit. They're starting their own little thing for their own communities, and it's just like, I don't get. Come here and at least learn the way of life, okay? I don't mind you bringing things. I like tacos and tortillas and like everybody else. But if you're gonna come here, learn the way of life. You know, learn to speak English, learn a little bit about the history of the country, things of that nature. Even if you come here illegally, at least respect that, you know? Like, it's just people come here, they want to just their own little communities inside of little Havanas all over the place, instead of just blending in with everybody else, okay? They kind of single themselves out. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they just stick together as a community. I guess if you didn't speak English, you're going to want to be around people that speak your language. I get that, you know. Jimmy running from the po-po is what Paper Cut Tina says. Yeah, I'm not running towards the police. Not usually, okay? I'm more of like, all right, police, let's go the other way kind of person, all right? And like I said, Delaware got good laws, right? The border, I was good in Delaware. The farther that gets into PA, you know, guys, I got legal troubles in other states. I can't be getting in trouble nowhere. You never know when the chief of police is going to get mad. Like, look, I can say this time, this dude ain't mad at me, okay? Now, Chief Hatley, that dude was mad at me, personally mad at me, right? He said my address done changed. He made a joke about me. You know what I'm saying? He said my address was changed, and he posted the damn address to the jail. I was like, oh, Chief Hadley got jokes, right? And got my ass locked up and breaking jokes. I don't want this guy mad at me. Here's the thing. The police force up there looks legit, okay? Let me tell you this. Don't fuck with the police in some little southern ass town. Bad things can happen, okay? I didn't want that chief of police down there mad at me. Next thing you know, I'm in prison for 50 years for some Colombian bam being glued up under my car. I don't mess with the police. I'm scared to death of the police, okay? They just scare me. Just standing there, right? No one ain't broke no law, ain't done nothing wrong. I'm still nervous as shit every time I get around a cop, okay? I don't know what it is. They make me nervous.
Those in the community who may be trying to assist him in this, and what kind of charges could they face?
They will be prosecuted vigorously.
Vigorously. You help this dude, you will be prosecuted vigorously. I don't know how much of a prosecution that is, vigorously. Will you be prosecuted more than anybody else? Does that mean, like, I thought everybody got the same treatment in the court systems. But vigorously sounds like your ass is going to be deported. Like his sister, vigorously deported.
Can prove that they assisted him. And the types of charges depends on the type of assistance. But we have the district attorney here, and I don't want to speak for her, but I'm certain that she is well prepared to prosecute anyone who assists in any way.
Yes, sir. Do we know anything about where he worked in Chester County prior to the murder in 2021? You seem to know the area.
That's a good question, because I do know he showed up at his co-workers' houses. What was his what kind of work did he do? I had that question earlier. I was like, I wonder what kind of job he had.
Pretty well. And also, President Biden's sister lives in Kennett Township, where Secret Service called in at all.
First, yes, we do have a lot of information on his background, and all of that factors into the overall investigation. Secret Service would be one of many federal partners that has access to information, and certainly anything that that might pertain not only to anybody that lives here but visits or so forth. They would have full access to anything that they needed.
See, I could have gave the chief some tips. What he should have done, simple. Go to the prison, request the phone logs, okay? Anybody that he has called, put an officer at their house, undercover, okay? You would have had this dude already in custody. He then went to multiple co-workers' houses, rumored families' houses. You would have already had him, right? But y'all were so stuck on guarding some trees with 600 officers in a tiny ass with no roadblocks, okay? I'm used to telling about the gun line, boss, okay? You watching the movies when there's escaped prisoners, they got the roads blocked, they're standing out there with shotguns. Everybody that rides through, they're like Poppy Trump. They look through the car, they let you go. You know what I'm saying? They got the interstate, everything gets shut down till they catch your ass. The city don't run like normal while you got an escape killer running loose, okay? I think Miss Ann said something really good. She said they should have put a curfew out there so you idiots wouldn't have been out there. Much as I'm against that, all right, because I want to be out there, she's right, okay? Put these things in places to keep idiots from being out there, and it wouldn't be out there. But we have freedoms, just like everybody else. We have the right to be there. We have the right to view what the authorities do. Long as you don't hinder that, long as you don't get in the way of that, and you don't put anybody in danger. The police chasing, that's an iffy one. That's an iffy one. But if you're abiding by the law and just, I wouldn't be getting there first, okay? I would let the police show up and then I would show up. Because if you show up somewhere too soon and you're not the police and you don't know if this man is armed or he has a gun or anything, and you see me out there, look, I don't know this man. You see me out there with the police out there, I had a vest on. You never know. The police could start shooting at him, hit me. He could shoot me trying to shoot a police officer. He could do, you never know how quickly things can escalate if this man's really in these woods. I got a family I got to come home to, all right? So I'm trying to stay safe, even though I knew he wasn't in them woods. Still ain't taking no chances. So, just like them police officers, you think they'd be out there without them vests on? Hell no, they putting them vests on. They got long ass rifles. That's scary out in them woods. What a damn bear jump out. I don't know if they got bears in Pennsylvania. I'm sure they got bears everywhere, but I don't know. But it seemed like a pretty decent. It didn't seem that wooded. It seemed big, thick parts of woods, but it was residential stuff. So I'm assuming the bears. There might be bears. Hell if I know what they got in damn Pennsylvania. Got a lot of damn police up there. I know that. Anyone could become a hostage. Yeah, that's true. And look, he may not be dangerous right now. Okay. Oh, what's Nick doing? Let me see. Make sure he ain't caught nobody. I ain't checked on him. He's still driving. Nick be driving, boy. Let me cut him on. Let's see where he's going.
So we're going back to like that original ring camera that caught him apparently, or whatever it was earlier, that brought the police presence out here.
They're going back to the ring camera? Well, he would think he knows that by now.
There's a trooper right there pulling into this property. Looks like a little. Oh, it's a little street actually.
Bells by Chris said I tried to call him, but I didn't pay the bill.
So small, it doesn't even say on the map. Maybe it's a driveway.
Coyotes. Yeah, I don't want to get bit by no coyotes either. I would be so far gone, guys. I'd be so far gone. I would be nowhere near this place. And you see how fast you can be in Pennsylvania and then be in Virginia, right? And that's why they caught him in Virginia last time. It's not that far. It's a straight shot. Right down the coast. Whoop, you there. I thought it was farther away. When I drove there, it would have been an even quicker trip for me if the weather would have been good. Look, guys, when I went there, I had to cross the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, which is, if you ain't seen it, it's on Modern Marvels, never crossed it. It is the hugest fucking bridge on the planet, okay? One of the biggest bridges in the world, really. It goes through 2 tunnel systems, and it's like 30 miles long, okay? It was raining, and it only has little walls on the bridge, like 2-foot walls. It was raining so hard when I went across it that I literally couldn't see a foot in the car. And usually, I don't like being in tunnels. I'm kind of claustrophobic and kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of freaks me out a little bit. Anxiety. It was raining so hard on the bridge when I finally got in the tunnel, I was like, thank you, God. Because I could see, right? But then I had to get out the tunnel. I couldn't see again. I literally drove across that bridge with the steering wheel squeezed so tight, like, it literally, my shoulders were hurting from white knuckling the steering wheel across that bridge, okay? So one of my biggest fears while I was there and this weather's moving in and I was coming back, I was thinking, please, God, do not let it be raining when I have to cross this bridge again, okay? Because it was so scary. I almost drove an hour the other way to avoid having to cross that bridge. It took me another hour to get home, and I was thinking, man, should I just go that way? But I was like, nah, I'm going to, because the weather was starting to break. All the way to the bridge, it was storming like crazy, right? Raining its ass off. I'm just thinking, man, I always travel in the worst weather. Just the worst. But right before I got to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, it cleared up. It wasn't not a drop of rain. Smooth sailing all the way across the bridge, right? So it went smooth. But the way there was the scariest shit. I ain't. Don't cross that bridge in high winds and heavy downpour rain. It is the scariest shit ever. You can't see nothing but water. There's water on both sides of you. You're in the middle of the damn ocean on a bridge. It is, I don't know. Short leg says, oh my God, Dolly. So if you've never been across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, it's a scary one, you know. For bridges, I'm not a big bridge person. I don't like bridges and tunnels and shit like that. Lisa P, what bridge? The Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. It's one of the largest bridge systems. I think it's the largest for sure in our country. And I know it's one of the largest in the world. It's huge. It's a big ass bridge. And it goes across the whole damn Chesapeake Bay. I've been on that bridge. It's scary. It seems like every time I try to cross it, ever, it's raining. I've only been across it maybe twice with the weather good. And I've been across it at least 5 times with the weather bad. And I always tell myself I'll go the other way because you can go that way and go through D.C. but you still got to go over the Hampton Bridge Tunnel. So either way, you got to go over a bridge and a tunnel, but it's a lot shorter. The Hampton Roads Tunnel is like maybe 10 miles long. It's small. The other one is like 30 some miles out into the fucking bay. It starts to get a little scary. And then you go across the bay, and then when you get into the tunnel system, there's head-on traffic. There's oncoming traffic in the tunnel. Like, that makes it a little scary, too. Oh, wow. I want to experience the Chesapeake Bridge now. Sounds super trippy. I've been on the lake. I don't know what that says. Bridge. Didn't really like it. And it costs $20 across the bitch. Okay? There's a toll to go across it one way, $20. Come back across it, $20. So it's $40 to cross the bridge. Okay? I hate them tolls. I hate them tolls. There was a toll. I went through a toll in Delaware. It was $3. Okay? I think during the week it's $1, but on the weekend it's $3. I go through the toll, and I swear I ride 15 miles down the fucking road, and there's another toll. I'm like, why did they just toll me to hit me with another toll? Why not just make me pay $6 at the one toll and let me keep driving? Okay, that's some Delaware shit right there. Whoever thought that one up was like, well, what if we put 2 tolls? We can get $6. Well, why don't you just put 1 toll and charge $6? It seems too easy. Why toll somebody on the same road twice? Crazy shit is that. All right, let's see if Nick's still live. Driving with Nick. California's like, y'all have a ton of toll roads. Nick was live till 5:30 in the morning yesterday. I know. I was watching him at 4 o'clock. I was trying to sleep.
Camera spot. We'll be able to hit the old command center thing. Not command.
Because when I got back to the hotel room, I was like, okay, finally, I'll get some rest. Right? Because my plan was to go to sleep, get up, be out there about 6 o'clock in the morning, because I thought, they're going to have that perimeter set up. Nope. I get back. I find out right then that, this dude ain't in that perimeter. And that there's a sighting of them. And people start sending me the address. And then somebody sent me Nick's link. And then I clicked on the link, and he was at the church. And you could see all the police and things going in it. So then I couldn't sleep, right? Because now I'm watching thinking, damn, they got him. But in my mind, I'm telling myself, he ain't in that church. He's not in that church. I need to go to bed, right? So I'm fighting myself. I'm like, I know he's not in the church, but I can't stop watching. I'm like, maybe he is in the church, but I know he ain't. And then just this morning when they showed up, I knew the same thing. I was like, he's not there. Like, I don't know. I'm a vibe person. I just had that feeling like he ain't there. He ain't there. So far, he's pretty good at escaping. Okay, especially seeing he's playing with the police a little bit. I don't know if that's a smart move. But I think in the beginning of this, I had to say this, they should have took this way more serious. They should have had a bigger perimeter, not just that little shit down a couple little back roads that they had. I was kind of surprised by, yes, it's a lot of police, but it's not covering a big area. There should have been roadblocks. Look, I know it inconveniences citizens and the community to have to stop and pop your trunk open, or, what cars to look into, and look into cars, just look through and say, okay, good to go. Boom, and just keep, and have roadblocks all over the place. I seen all them police and then hit one roadblock. I was able to drive around through there freely. Let's just say I was an acquaintance of his. Okay? I could have literally drove up to the scene, got out the car, hooked up a light. He could have walked up, because it's dark, with all the people out there. He could have got in the car, we could have pulled off, and we could have left. Is that secure? That's not secure. Okay? That is not secure. Did I feel safe at points out there? I was like, this shit's dark. There ain't no. Remember when I was standing at the car? I was like, there ain't no police over here. The police are way over there. Like, he could have just walked up, got in the car, and we could have pulled it the hell off. Never would have hit a roadblock. He'd be in Virginia right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't know. He has acquaintances. He was trying to hook up with people. Why? Maybe he wants somebody to get him out of Dodge. Maybe he found that person. Maybe he didn't. Maybe when he dropped that van, somebody scooped him up and they took him somewhere. A lot of these illegals, they stick together, all right, because they're all basically in this country criminals, according to law. So they kind of protect each other. And I'm thinking at this point, if he's still there in Chester County, okay, I have to say this. He is the dumbest criminal ever in the history of criminals. And everything he's done so far, I can't understand it, okay? But I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's dumb. He's been able to escape multiple countries. He's able to survive through shit that's way worse shit than we'll ever see. And he's a step ahead of everybody. So, hop on a bus to Texas. He ain't getting on no buses. You would think they would have everything blocked, right? You would think they would shut that damn county down. It ain't much there. Shut it down. Everything stopped moving. If you move, we shoot you. Catch that guy. Right? I mean, if this was the old days, that town would have done had the torches out, the pitchforks out, and his ass would be strung up by now somewhere. You know what I'm saying? He'd be dead. They would have policed themselves. They stood around and they were sending little teams in, and they were wasting time. This dude was driving around the community, going place to place, drinking and driving. Okay? Not only is he an escaped convict, but he a damn drinking and driving. I guess he ain't worried about breaking too many laws, is he? Guess he don't have to follow that one. He don't have to be sober when he's running from the police. So, he better drink all the beer he can, because when they catch his ass, he ain't never drinking a beer again. They're going to lock him under the prison. And when the chief said he didn't want to talk about how much money they were spending, you know that shit's a lot. All right, let's see where Nick's at now. You know, the weird thing is I'm trying not to watch it too much because I've been driving for hours. It's like, if I feel like I'm driving when I see the road moving, the good thing about being home is everything's sitting still, okay? But watching this, it's kind of like, what if he just ran out and jumped onto the hood of the car right now and kicked the windshield out with a machete in his hand, screaming in Portuguese? Oh no, not drinking and driving. He's a murderer. I don't think he's worried about a DUI. Yeah, but that might get you pulled, right? You swerve. Next thing you know, the police are behind you. The only thing is, look, I didn't really see no police. They were all busy. Okay? They were all busy. Like, I was speeding. I might have ran a stop sign or two. I wasn't even worried about the police. I knew they were all busy, standing there. That's basically what they were doing. They were lined up down the road just standing there. Now, I don't really know what was going on inside the conservatory. The police only know that. Like, how many teams, if they got secret people in there like Rambo or whatever. But he hadn't been there for a good bit.
So we're pulling up actually to the area where that staging location was. We're actually a minute away. So it's up over there.
So Nick, he just drives back and forth to all the locations, huh?
Possibly on the goal. Black hoodie, black pants, unknown top with jeans. Color appears to be still there.
He speaks Spanish too. Seriously, do you know where they're going?
If you could just have them exit.
No. I-
And usually, obviously, I'm more talkative, but there's like nothing to talk about, and it's been like 11 days or 12 now, so we're a little tired. But whenever something pops off, we get excited, so that's when the energy comes back. But right now, there's literally nothing to tell you except there are some roving patrols.
Okay, so they got people. So Nick's just driving around now. Nothing's going on. But I'll keep it over there open just in case something pops off while we're still here. If it happens, anything happens while we're still here. Earlier, JR driving in the mud and got stuck. Unstuck fast. It's funny how he played it off. Oh, okay. So, yeah, JLR has been on his game. As you see, Nick's been on his game. And that's cool because we get to see it all unfold. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than they're anticipating, though. Even I knew that when I went out there. Even PJ told me when I left, she said, don't be doing no speeding. Don't rush to get there. This guy ain't going nowhere anytime soon. This is going to be going on for a while. That's what she said to me right before I left. She said, she said, the last dude, it was at least 13 days. We're going on day 12. Okay. And usually these things take months. If you look at the average, if they don't catch you instantly. Escaping the prison, once you're away from the walls and you've gotten away, it usually takes them a pretty good minute to get you. Just, we're using the odds, okay, of previous escapees. So, to think this is a long period of time that's went by 12 days, it really ain't. There's been prisoners escape for a lot longer than 12 days, okay? So there's been people that escape in the mountains and in all these hunting cabins and shit. They'd be gone. It'd take them, 6 months or 8 months before they finally catch them and be on their trail. So this is going to be going on a while. So you may see Dolly back up there if something goes, crazy or something like that. But to chase the police around, if they get him trapped somewhere again and he's locked into a certain location, I may go back up there because, like I said, I am in striking distance of it. But just to chase them from every call, Nick is doing a good job at that. He's hitting all the scanner calls, and I guarantee you, doing that, he may get lucky. You know what I'm saying? He may really get lucky. I don't know. I hope he protects himself, and he sounds like he's young, a younger man. Just make sure you're protected at all times. And it's weird to be going after killers, okay? Because, me, I deal with killers, but I don't go after killers. I usually look for missing people. And in that, I've dealt with some killers, okay? I've dealt with some killers, but that ain't what, it's a different. Usually them killers don't want to kill me, or alleged killers. They don't usually want to kill me, or maybe they do and they just don't tell me. But I think if you run across this man and you have him trapped, he would try to kill you, for sure. I only use that if I was wanted and I was out, and some dude from TikTok or YouTube runs up on me. And it's either me or this dude from TikTok or YouTube. I'm telling you now, you don't want that battle. You don't want to go up against a killer. Not me. I didn't want to catch the guy. I went out there just simply to observe what was going on and to report that. Now, I jokingly say I'm getting that 20K. We're going to catch it. That's all jokes. I would never put myself in a situation where I would allow some dude I ain't got nothing, no dog in a fight to kill me. Okay? I don't want him in jail that bad. I want him in jail, but I don't want him in jail enough that I would risk my life to get this man in jail. Of course, if I seen him somewhere while I was out there, I would have notified the authorities. That's what any good citizen would do. So some people are like these YouTubers, but one, I'm a citizen. This is the country I'm from. I have the right to be anywhere, do these things, watch what goes on As long as I'm not in the way, not breaking the law, and not hindering nothing, you have the right to be anywhere you want to be in this world. JLR just went live. Break in Chester County. He just went live? Hold on. Give me a second. I got JLR pulled up somewhere too. Right here. JLR investigates. Live. He's not live. His last live was 3 hours ago. And that was the one. He was out there in the rain. It was raining his ass off. And I drove through that storm. And I knew that storm was going to hit. Okay? So I was looking at everything. I was like, yo, this storm is going to hit. I knew it was coming. So I knew they were going to get hit with that. Because I had to drive through it. And I knew right then. I was like, yo, it's moving that way. It is just an upload from before. Oh, what, on the videos? Yeah, he posted a video 2 minutes ago. Let's see what it is. Commercial. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Alright, skip that. Oh, shit. I ain't got the volume on. What's in the comments? I don't think JLR is going to be coming back live. I don't think does he do live streams this late? Like, I know he ended. This is about the time he usually ends at night, I think. I'm not for sure. I know Nick goes all damn night. And you know me, I'm a late night, evening into the late night. I used to be an all night kind of person. These days I've been going to bed. Like, it's weird. So, and you know, I usually have really bad insomnia. But lately I've been sleeping like a baby. So, you know, as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm like, I'm done. Okay? That might have something to do with the old damn age setting in and my bones hurting. Okay? He was on for a minute. Yes, Dolly, he popped up at 3 a.m. and times with cases hit. Okay. I mean, I know he'll be on top of things. You know what I'm saying? He drops videos constantly. So, he's coming back. Police everywhere. I think it depends if anything new is happening. This case, you got a sleep partner, and that case, you got a sleep partner to snuggle with. Janet, I timed her out for keeping arguing with me when I asked her to stop. If it has nothing to do with the chat, you can't just time people out, Sassy. Okay? If you post, like, when you get a wrench, you're supposed to be like, you can time them out. Don't block anybody. And you're supposed to ask me before you do it. Hey, Dolly, is it okay if I block this person or time this person out? Unless it's something absolutely crazy. So you guys don't be blocking each other unless it's, you know, something super bad, okay? Don't just be like, you know, make sure it's a decent reason. Yes, you're a normal person now, LOL. I had to search new things to watch and all crap until this escape, LOL. Well, there's always something going on. You know, we live in a crazy-ass world. Soon as this is over, there'll be something else crazy that pops off, and then something else crazy. It's always something. So that's one thing in true crime and the crime community is the world's so crazy. If she was saying rude stuff to Tina. Well, if she's saying rude things to Tina, then Tina got tough skin, you know. If I see something hateful, I'll I'll let you know to boot somebody. Just bring it to my attention next time, okay? Just be like, Dolly, check this out. So I see the stop signs when you throw the stop signs up, okay? Dolly, he's gone. I believe so. Jimmy, it was about me again. Sissy was just helping. Yeah, I know, but every time somebody says some little tiny mean, little tiny thing, you can't just block everybody on the damn channel. It ain't no big deal, Sassy. You know, just bring stuff like that to my attention, okay? Because then people are hitting me up. I got blocked for nothing, and then I don't know what they got blocked about, and I'm always having to go back and unblock people and things like that, and I don't have no clue to what's going on. So to avoid some of those things, if you're about to kick somebody or have to block somebody, just like throw them stop signs up and be like, hey, Dolly, this person's doing this. I'm about to block them. Then I'll give you the nod. You know what I'm saying? I took a Tylenol PM last night and had a weird dreams. Yeah. I know I had when I had my anxiety was bad, they had me on this different anxiety medicine. And I started having crazy dreams. I don't take that medicine anymore. But that medicine I was taking for my anxiety, it gave me just the weirdest dreams like ever. Like, so. JR went live with house broken into with question mark. It looked like a video. It's not a live, it's a video. He posted that. He wasn't live because when you go to his channel, it's under videos. It's not under lives. Like, look. I'll show you. When you go to JLR, you go to lives 3 hours ago. See? But if you go to his videos that he uploaded 7 minutes ago. So that's a video. He posted that. That wasn't live. I mean, when he recorded it, he was live. But I mean, it's a pre-recorded video, basically. Anxiety meds can do more harm than good. Just do a personal block. I'm new to this channel. What is your background? What is my background? Background as in what? Behind me? Or where I come from? What am I, well, I graduated from Yale, top of the class, okay? I have, certificates in everything you can think of, but water polo, okay? I once stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. I tried to do a front flip and hurt myself. I'm qualified in all kinds of things, okay? This all depends on what you need. You need money? I ain't qualified. Anything other than that, I'm qualified for the job, okay? Oh, yeah, my background, former law enforcement. Yeah, I have plenty of experience in the court systems with police, prosecution, incarceration, trays. So I got a lengthy background in law enforcement. Camping out, so we would say. I've been on summer vacation before. You know, that's what they called it anyway. I didn't find it much of a vacation, as some would have said it was. But, yeah, so I have a little legal background experience. Just a little tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever escaped? No, I ain't never tried to escape. But I would say I got a pretty good background. I got a good understanding of what's going on here. All right? This dude jumped a fence. He's a killer. The police want this killer. Okay? And if you want to catch a crook, you got to think like a crook. Okay? I ain't never really been a crook. I'm just a knucklehead that gets in bar fights and shit. I ain't never been I ain't never been arrested for stealing nothing, breaking into nothing. Nothing to do with anything like that. All my shit is headbutt you in the face at the bar, right? Because you done said something stupid. So, but, you know, I've been around criminals. Okay? I've been around them. Slept right next to them. What are you in here for? Murder. Damn. Okay? You ain't never had nobody sleep next to you that's a killer? Let me tell you. Dolly has. I've slept in a room with multiple killers. One eye open. Scared as shit. But I slept. Well, not the first couple nights. First couple nights, I don't give a damn how tired I was. I wasn't going to sleep. There just wasn't no chance and none of that. Okay? Had about 3 days in with one eye. Then I started sleeping with one eye open. Okay? I think the first night I might have slept with 2 eyes open. But by the end of it, I only had one eye open. But yeah, so that's my background and experience on that one. So to be like, have you ever sat around and had a conversation with a killer? I've had conversations with more killers than I can count at this point. It's almost damn fucking scary. Okay, why do I surround myself with killers? So I have a little background in it. You know, I'm getting a little experience. I can probably take this. I've dealt with more death and kidnappings and killings than you have, if you think about it. Just over the last year. Just look at just the last year alone. That wasn't even last year, just this year. This year is like, this year's been a little slower for me. And because, you know, I had that legal shit in Georgia. But I wanted to go 100 miles an hour this year. And I didn't get a chance to really do that. Okay? And it's all because I can't be at all these stories because I got shit tied up right now. But soon as I clear some of this up, it's on and popping, you know? I know that anyway. So there's going to be a lot of good stuff. If you watch it, make sure you sub up because I'm going to be bringing you a lot of good stuff. I've been on the internet like going on 7 years, and I feel like I'm just getting started. Doesn't that sound crazy? Like it took me this long to really build everything that I needed, all the equipment, all the shit, everything, right? But now I have it all. So it feels like I'm really just, to me, you know, I know it's been 7 years in it, since some fucking people can retire in that amount of time. But to me, I always knew this would be a long race, like a long time that I planned on doing YouTube. Because I'm one of those people, once I start doing something, I do it forever. Like, I'll be here to the fucking day they put me in the coffin, you know? So I know that going into things. You had a serial killer call in once, or maybe twice. That is true. There was a dude wanted for murder that called into the show. I remember that. And the dude called me, sent me all his shit and everything. He said that dude is wanted for murder. And he was a creepy ass dude, too. We had the son of a serial killer call in. We had the lady that helped kill the dude with the glasses. Remember the glass doctor? He made the glasses. And the lady helped facilitate and kill that dude. Called in. I was like, that shit is crazy. So yeah, taking about experience, we can go. We got some experience. We got some definitely in searching now and all kinds of different things. I think I'm more knowledgeable in it now than I was 2 years ago. I think I'm only getting better. I don't think I'm getting worse at searching. I only think I'm getting better at everything. Glad you're here for the long haul, Dolly. I mean, I plan on being here for the long haul, you know. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow, so, you know. Alabama Mama Ford said, I found you with the Quentin Simon case. That is one that, out of all the cases, that is the one that's going to stick with me the longest, okay? That's a beautiful little boy. Why she hurt that little boy, I'll never, ever in a million years understand that. And everything from the ghost to the emotions that were in it, to the damn me going to jail, to that could never happen again. That was like the craziest storm I've ever been in my life. I hope I never experience nothing like that ever again, to be honest with you. That was an emotional roller coaster. It's like being on highs and lows, and no matter how much you don't think it's not emotionally going to get you, okay? It does, right? Things get emotional quick. There's so many things at play. rest in peace, a little Quentin Simon, man. And I hope I never experience something like that ever again in my whole life. Sitting there talking to that baby killer. Oh my God. Just why I do these things I do. I just, sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, I could be holding conversations with good people. Why am I sitting around talking to the worst of the worst? I don't know. That's just one of those things. I guess curiosity. I think this is what's drove me down this path anyway. Is curiosity killed the cat kind of thing. Just a curious person of what's going on. And I think there's a lot of curious ass people out there. Look how big the true crime community itself is. And people that like mysteries and all of it. In general. Dolly, you never give up. You're like a teacher. Thank you. I mean, I ain't trying to give up. I enjoy doing what I do. You know what they say? If you find something you love to do, you're a wealthy person. Okay? If I can keep that light on, all right there, that bright ass light that's shining me in the face, doing what I love to do, being up here, sharing and bringing content to the internet, then I feel I'm a wealthy man. I might not have a Lambo, I might not live in a mansion, but I get to chase and do the things that I enjoy. And there's a lot of people out there that have to punch a clock and they don't get to do the things they enjoy. So I feel really blessed. I still do work because I got to make all them candles, all that soap, packaging, shipping, the whole process of stuff. So I'm still employed. It's just self-employed. But I do still feel blessed that I'm able to do that for myself. And I don't have to, put up with some dude punching the clock or somebody bitching at me. Or I get to do everything at my pace and at my rate. And I feel blessed these days. And, I hope Leilani at least does 25 years in prison. Okay? And she's young and she can do 25. I believe that. And of course, this dude that's on the run right now, let's get him under a jail and let's make sure he don't escape no more. Unblock me. You would have another paying member. Dolly Vision. Voodoo, I don't even know if you're blocked. How do you keep getting blocked? Didn't I just unblock you? Like, Voodoo, if you keep getting blocked, that means you're doing something. Okay? I don't know what it is you're doing, but I remember I went in and unblocked you. Had to search for you to unblock you. Now you blocked again. Like, you either got beef with somebody that's a mod or you're doing something. I don't know which one, because there is no reason for you to keep being deleted. And how are you talking if you... I don't get it. You got me confused. Since I met Dolly years back till today, he's definitely grown as a person. I remember when you had to go to work YouTube in between. Yes. I remember I used to YouTube on my lunch break. I would just YouTube before I went to work, YouTube after I went to work, and it was a struggle, and it was the late nights and not much sleep and trying to get to work and function. And it took a long time to get it to where, but thank God you guys have joined up and being members. So I kind of know how much the channel makes each month from the members. And that keeps this damn light on, right? Thank you. That's why I say I feel blessed, because I have the members and you guys support me. And I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to be dragging ass and slaving and still trying to do what I enjoy doing. And that's what I did before, right? I wasn't a YouTuber that didn't work or none of that. I even told PJ, I was like, I want to, I've been thinking about going to work, because I'm just like, I just feel weird not working, like it's been a year, right? It's been like a year. I haven't worked in like a year. I've been working for myself doing the candles and the soap business and the YouTube stuff. And that ain't like me. I've worked my whole life. So much as I wanted, like, I almost kind of feel like, I don't know. But everything's going okay. Like I said, I've been able to pay the bills and keep everything on and eat. And So to me, I feel blessed. That's all I really need. I don't need the Ferrari, the damn private jet, or I just need to survive.
Oh, yeah.
Susie, thank you for joining up. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that just want to survive. Like, I don't need the most fanciest shit in this world. I just need, when I go to the refrigerator, get something to eat and the damn lights not to be turned off and not to worry. I think that's just what everybody wants, you know. But maybe I was like, maybe I should get a little side time. But I got so much going on that maybe it ain't the right time, okay? You might be depressed not going to work. I don't know. It's just like I just felt more active, you know? I felt more plus the type of job I did was way more physically demanding than of course making soap. You know, I was constantly moving, exercising, you know, doing harder work. But then again, it was tearing my body apart. And as I'm getting older, you know, you get older, shit starts to break down a little bit. Like my knees hurt, my neck. Right now, I got a kink in my neck right here. Oh, no. I think that's from driving, though. It just cracked finally. Thank God. Oh. You know Lex Luger? True story. The wrestler, Lex Luger. He was on an airplane and he cracked his neck just like I just did. And he broke his neck and paralyzed himself. Did anybody know that? I think about that every time I crack my neck. When I'm like, I hope that shit don't break like Lex Luger. He was on an airplane and cracked his neck and paralyzed himself. I was like, damn. And I crack my neck all the time. I think about it every time I crack my neck. I don't know why. My main account is blocked. Voodoo so. You could always be a door greeter at Walmart. Am I old enough for that? I thought you had to be old as shit. You ever notice they never read your receipts? They just look at it. I mean, you can steal everything in the fucking store and walk up there and hand them just a receipt with a piece of bubble gum on it. Here you go. They look at it like they staring all at it and shit, and they be like, all right. They don't never look at none of that. No, that's weird. Holidays are coming. You'll be busy working with your soap and melts and merch, etc. PJ did tell me today when I came in that she got all the orders out except for 2, I think. Every order, but for 2. And those are a couple orders of stuff I have to make. So I'm going to do that tomorrow morning when I get my lazy ass out of bed. I got some things I got to make. So she left a note on the fridge. It says, make this. I got a kink in my neck. Okay, PJ? I got a kink right here in my neck. Oh. So I will make that when I get up in the morning. Hopefully when I wake up, I won't have this terrible ass kink in my neck. Let me make sure that Nick didn't catch nobody real fast. Because this dude's up all night. Now he's back at the Wawa. You know you've been watching a long time when you know when Dolly is winding down. Well, y'all know about what time I usually hit the bed.
That's the thing, man. Like, things about these cars, like, if you don't drive it daily, and you just let it sit there, something's always going down.
Okay, they talking cars now. All right, guys. Well, I don't think they catching him tonight. Dolly, have a soap called Slippery Criminal. That's what it is, man. See, when he was out there in the woods, he lathered up with some Dolly soap. And then he slipped his ass on out of there. I, for one, think you bust your ass. Pretzels and suckers. I think that's what that is. I don't know what that emoji means, but thank you, Paper Cut Tina, and thank you for your donation to the channel. That is super awesome of you. Now, every time you write those emojis, it's going to read it out on the screen like pretzel, candy cane, or whatever the hell it is. Pretzel, candy cane. It's going to take 20 minutes to read that comment. Watch.
I, for one, thank you, Bustyards. Pretzel, lollipop, pretzel, lollipop, pretzel, lollipop, pretzel, lollipop, pretzel, lollipop.
Guys, when you super chat, kind of leave the emojis down to a minimum, because that's what it does every time you put an emoji. Okay, it'll say pretzel. It'll do it every time. It's like, so remember that, guys. When you super chat, try to leave out the emojis. Okay, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot. But I'll be back with you guys in the morning. And like I said, I'm back in VA. If they get the guy boxed in, we'll go up there and cover it. It's not that far from me. It really didn't take me that long to get there. But with him bouncing around and the weather being shitty, I'm not bouncing around in that shitty ass weather on the dark ass back roads that I'm not from, chasing the police. When they get him boxed in, we may go back out there, and we'll keep up with it. We'll definitely cover it live. But Nick and JLR, they're doing a great job out there. They own it. So I think with that, I think I can stay home, okay? And I got some things coming up. I got to be in another state anyway, and that's a little bit south, all right? Like Georgia. I got to be in Georgia. So I got Georgia coming up, and I'm just so over this, ready to get that done. And then my schedule is open, and it's time to hit the road and get some of these true crime cases. I'm going to cover a bunch of stuff that usually I hide out in the wintertime. Well, usually after October. I'm more of a studio person because I get cold easy. But this year, I think I'm going to change that up a little bit. We're going to get out on the road a little bit more this winter than we did last winter, okay? I was active up until about October, and then I kind of went into hiding because of the Georgia stuff. But this year, once we clear that Georgia stuff up, then it's go time, baby. It's go time. We ain't stopping this winter. We getting a jacket, all right? We're going to get some jacket, a heated jacket. I got a heated sweatsuit. And we getting back out there. We're going to be searching, helping, doing our thing. All that good stuff. So take the ride with me, guys, okay? You never know where Dolly's going to be. You just never know what the hell I'm going to do or where I'm going to be at. So that's a good reason to tune in. One day I'm here, one day I'll be in Pennsylvania. One day I'll be here, one day I'll be in Georgia. One day I'll be here, one day I'll be in Vegas. You just don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Emoji.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Playful face.
Hi, Paper Cut Tina. You guys, and she did it twice. Okay. $4. Okay. Yeah, I know that's the sign right there that I drove a good drive today. You guys were awesome, and I'll see you in the morning. I don't know how early I'm going to be up. I think I'm going to sleep in a little tiny bit unless some shit breaks off. If some shit breaks off, call me up, guys, because at this point, I'm just covering it because I'm interested in it, just like you guys. I want to know what happens. And if they box them in...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Playful face.
And if they box them in, we'll take a ride back up there, okay? But I don't think we're going to have to take a ride back up there. Before it's all said and done, you watch. It's all going to lead back here to Virginia. Same place he was arrested last time. It seems like it's going full circle. And with that said, you guys that are still here, make sure y'all leave some comments after the video. And hit that like button. It helps the algorithm. It helps new people find us. And you guys have been doing a good job of that. You notice there's been new people finding us. So keep doing that, and I'll see you guys.